This one?
Yeah, it will be. Both sides missing a bit of talent.
As parents, naturally we want our kids to grow up being able to think for themselves. Sports betting advertising makes winning look easy. Question why betting companies are making millions, even billions every year. Make sure your kids understand who really wins. Have the conversation today. Head to lovethegame.vic.gov.au.
Kids absorb sports betting ads from a young age, making them think that sports betting is normal. It's up to us as parents, coaches and clubs to let our kids know that sports and gambling don't have to go together. For tips on how to start the conversation, visit our website.
Doing the heavy lifting in the stoppage and a quick snap around the body from 35. That's not easy to control.
For the Ho-Hum Cup.
Birchie, North Shore, Grovedale.
Grovedale.
Yes, Grovedale. Even though you don't have to worry about Spalding on Monday.
No.
That's that game. And St Albans and Lara playing next Saturday standalone out at St Albans Reserve. So that's the rest of round 11 this afternoon. Let's go to a little bit of a thought process around a head-to-head thanks to Whitecross Healthcare this afternoon. Scooters, walkers, but much more. Trusted advice, best solutions. What are you looking at, Kirsch, this afternoon?
We haven't touched on this game overly so far, but we've all got some thoughts on how this game's going to pan out today, and particularly the weather, which is holding up at the moment, really. It's not too bad a day. There's no wind and there's no rain, so you'd almost come to this ground and...
Oh, no, I just think we're just waiting for... Birchie's actually going for the toss of the coin, and Adam Jones has actually called her over to toss the coin.
That's how entrenched she is.
I know.
So the conditions are really holding up, and I've gone a head-to-head where the conditions were poor this morning.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be a real contested game. We'll just go to the toss, Jace.
Yes, Birchie, you're out there with Jack Blood and also Lockie Patton.
Hey, mate.
Hey.
Oh, Jonesy's actually tossed the coin.
Tails are called.
Birchie.
Don't know about that.
St Mary's have won the toss and they'll kick to the swimming pool end.
Right.
They don't want me to miss it now, so everyone's keeping me in check. It's fantastic.
I actually thought Jonesy was going to get you to toss the actual coin.
Yeah.
But anyway.
While you're there,
great.
maybe just give us a bit of a ground report as well, thanks to South Point Garden Supplies, Birchie.
Yes, well, the Santa Ana cooch is dying off, as was mentioned earlier. So it is that species that browns off in the winter. There's been a bit of traffic on the local grounds of late, with all the workloads and all the different age groups playing on them. So it's getting a little bit chopped up. The middle's got a little bit of mud on the top surface, but it's really tacky underneath, according to reports of those who have played here previously. So it's not too slippery, considering the rain we've had. It's actually quite dry out here, so I actually don't think that's going to have much of an effect at all.
Very good. Thanks, Birchie. Ground report thanks to South Point Garden Supplies. Ash and the team at South Point Garden Supplies, 15 Boneyards Avenue, Torquay, just behind Bunnings. And Birchie will be keeping us up to date on the boundary thanks to A&B Quality Shelving and storage for your home, office or workplace. So the head-to-head, Kirsch,
where are we going? Might need a definition between dying and dead. That's all for the grass, but anyway.
Not much difference at the moment.
Zero difference. So getting back to the game, obviously we thought it was going to be a bit more of a contested game, considering we know St Mary's like to run on top of the ground, and Bell Park have got that real fierce contested tackling sort of side about them. So I was going the two bulls in the middle in Harry Benson and Lockie Patton. I think it's probably the most obvious matchup off the game, and I think it's going to be pretty detrimental, particularly if the rain comes. I think they're the two that's going to be the in and under and getting the ball to the outside, or in the conditions getting the ball going forward. So they're probably going to be the two most crucial players on the ground today, given the conditions, potentially. And even if it's not, don't get me wrong, they are the best players on top of the ground as well. So I think overall, no matter what happens in today's outcome, these two will have a part in it.
Good contest, that one.
All right, head-to-head, thanks to Whitecross Healthcare, scooters, walkers, but much more trusted advice, Best Solutions. Kirsch, what are you expecting from the game now? I mean, it would have changed from what you thought about it this morning with the rain. It's probably gone back to probably where we thought it was going to be from a weather perspective.
Yeah, potentially, Jason. I think, there's a little bit of a slight breeze, which I don't think is going to hinder the game too much. And like you mentioned, we don't know what's happening with the rain, but if it comes, it comes. Obviously, Bell Park and St Mary's, they're so differing in the way they play their footy, and they're so differing in particularly the statistics that you look at. And St Mary's are number one for disposals. They're high in kicks, they're high in handballs. Bell Park are ninth. They don't muck around with the ball too much. They just like to get the ball going forward. The important thing is the mark inside forward 50. I think St Mary's average 23 marks inside forward 50 a game. They're ranked number one in the competition, whereas Bell Park are ranked number 12 for marks inside forward 50. So their goals come from all different sources, Bell Park. So it's going to be one hell of a contest in that regard. Number one in marks, Bell Park. In St Mary's, Bell Park number one intercept marks. So it's going to be that real offensive versus defensive game today. I think the scoreboard's where it's going to matter the most, obviously. But you look at St Mary's score 4, and they are plus 84 goals better side than Bell Park. We talk about the divide in the GFL between the top half and the bottom half. 1 and 2, and then the gap to 3 in terms of score 4 is enormous. So there's sort of like these little gaps everywhere, and this will be one hell of a game. But I just think St Mary's got a lot more power. They're missing a few, but I think this has got a lot more scoring power.
Tips this afternoon, Birchie. Who's winning this afternoon for you?
I think St Mary's will win this one. Hamish Lucas is a huge out for Bell Park, and provides a lot of run in the middle. So I think St Mary's is going to be too strong by 20 points.
Okay, the executive producer, His Royal Highness, Pothole.
St Mary's by 15 points.
St Mary's by 15 points for the executive producer. Buzz?
35 for the Saints for me.
Ooh, bit of a blowout for the Buzzard. Right, okay, here we go. Here's the pendulum.
Can I just say, Ronnie W. would have been impressed last week with the pendulum. It was only a goal out, and it was close throughout the whole game. But anyway, Ronnie W., feel free to get on the tips. Here we go. So, the pendulum today. This is a really different story today. St Mary's, as I mentioned, are plus 5 506 in the positive column, 84 goals the better off Bell Park. But in the defensive column, they're plus 22. So they are 220. That gives them a 726-point swing in favour of the St Mary's side. You divide that by the 10 games played, it's a 72-point swing in favour of St Mary's on a dry, perfect day. Given that it's not, I'm going to halve it, and we're going to go 40 points in the better of St Mary's. That is a big margin and swing in favour of St Mary's.
Okay, there's the pendulum.
Second V3, might I add?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you said the golf between 1, 2 and the rest.
Absolutely.
It might be on show this afternoon. So everybody going for St Mary's this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchup as well. There's going to be some mouth-watering one-on-ones this afternoon. Wombat Gully Plant Farm. See the team at Wombat Gully for all your gardening needs. wombatgully.com.au. We'll get Kirsch to keep an eye on what's happening around the town in terms of matchups in this first term, and both sides out of their final huddles, and we're about to get going first quarter thanks to Harvey Norman Cryer and Warm Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for the big brands at Geelong's best prices. It's 2 and 3 at St Mary's and Bell Park this afternoon.
Got one early, Jace. Rayner is tagging Lockie Patton.
There you go. Yep. So that's a good one. Josh Brown has the ball, held aloft for game 300 for him this afternoon. St Mary's and Bell Park, and here is Josh Conway.
2v3, Anthony Costa over style, underway. Benson with the first meaningful disposal of the game. No surprise there. Blood on the outside to Travellini, and Benson again streaming away in the long sleeves today for the Jewel Matheson medalist. Goes inside 50 for the first time this afternoon, looking for Peck. Couldn't find him. Comes out McMahon, squaring kick, overcooks it. Only as far as Wareham, but there's a whistle and a free kick going the way of St Mary's, I believe. There's hands going up everywhere, and it's going back to Harry McMahon. Must have been dumped after he kicked. So we'll really look at the big sticks for St Mary's and Harry McMahon. At left half forward, he'll kick from around the paint of 50.
Westerly breeze pushing across the ground.
Thank you, Birchie. Down at ground level for us this afternoon. So in comes Harry McMahon. A deliberate approach. A big role for him today in the absence of Sam Dobson. Gives it a good ride. It's right to the goal line. Stays in play. Williams is there. Couldn't quite gather the ball cleanly, and it's rushed through for the opening score of the afternoon, going the way of the home side.
So one behind, 2 St Mary's. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Wareham will do the kicking and duties for Bell Park. Called to play on now. Does so. And goes to the outer side. Big pack there. Nihill punches it on, but St Mary's, David McMahon kept the width as usual. Handball over the top. There was 1-2. Well, they're mucking around with that Ham. He got it backwards. Now Hughes up the chimney with the kick. And it's going to go up. Oh, is that a Mark Connors? He's claimed it. He has. He's taken it. Hamlin Hanger from Chip. And at the back end of centre wing, he will drive it with a right foot kick to half forward. Oh, there is the Hamlin Hanger over the back. Great mark by Mitch Mahardy, who plays on quickly for Bell Park and goes to the outer side. They're trying to move the ball quickly. Wareham was there as well. Handball over the top, missed the target out of bounds. And the skinny confines of Anthony Costa Oval just catching them out there on centre wing. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Any matchups so far, Kirsch, you've seen for Wombat Gully?
Yeah, Jack Sarcevic started in the middle on Harry Benson. Sam Burke has a job on Zach McGuinness down forward. And we mentioned Rayner versus Patton at this stage.
Reach over the top, was snatched away from Benson, but McMahon streaming through. This is Damien in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval, inside 50. Boyer does well to get a fist in, only as far as Ty Williams. Handballs over the top to Peck, who dances clear of one, kicks to the top of the goal square, flies wanted. Wareham came over the top for the Dragons and fisted it out of play, but it's right tucked in on the right hand behind post and will be tossed in. We've played 3 minutes on the Bowen Foods time clock. St Mary's deep into attack, opening term. Tossed in. Peck doing the relieving ruck duties for St Mary's, rips it out of the ruck. It was tackled immediately by Benstead. Be tossed up again.
Nick Connors got the big job on Uriah Hollard.
Always gets some big jobs, doesn't he?
Does.
Nick Connors. We know Hollard and his talent. Ball comes to ground level. Isaac Wareham couldn't pick up cleanly, and the ball is stuck in that forward pocket for St Mary's. It'll be tossed in again. That was Dion Johnston running it over. So we're about 5 metres around from the right hand behind post, deep in St Mary's forward line. broadcast side under the Don Matheson Pavilion. The throwing goes a long way over the top of the two ruckmen. Comes to McMahon, who lowers the knees. And being for holding the ball was a good call.
Yep. Josh Brand, he's in form.
And Benstead will be the recipient for the Dragons, still in his defensive half.
Goes with a short kick. It's okay. Finds Maris, who goes up the middle. Finds Ben Worm. At centre half back, wants to switch the play. Comes broadcast side, dangerous kick to Sarcevic. He's going to have a couple against him as well. Might get worried out of it. Rudd got a good tackle against him, and that's holding the ball. And got told about it by Jake Reid too at half back. Just a little bit too slow to try and get back on the left there, Michael Rudd. So now they want to switch the play to the opposite side. Wareham kept his width at half back, took the mark. He goes short with the kick. Mick Waters takes it for Bell Park on the outer side. Centre wing, just holding it up. Samari's work back at half back. Goes with a right foot kick towards half forward. Big pack there off the side. Hughes sees it over. And we're going to have a boundary throw in at right half forward for Bell Park.
What are you seeing so far, Kirsch?
It's just a little bit of an arm struggle at the moment, isn't it? That arm wrestle and sort of feeling each other out. But the game will open up a little bit in this first quarter, not only in the whole game, but just early on this it'll open up a bit.
Minchin's ruck work was delightful down to Garner, who won the clearance, but St Mary's give away the free kick, and it'll be going the way of Isaac Wareham, who's been busy. Got some aqua sort of coloured boots on. Goes short to Maris. He's in the middle of the ground for Bell Park. Left footer. And some bright green ones too. Goes inside 51st. Decent look here for Bell Park. Fisted away. McMahon couldn't gather clearly. Minchin's hands were hot. And with a ball up just inside 50 for the Dragons.
Just that kick there one, Josh. He just took his time to kick that ball inside forward 50, and it gave St Mary's enough time to get numbers back and defend it pretty easily.
Worm got it down. Ham, though, gets a clearing kick for St Mary's in the middle. Falls towards her. Harry McMahon doesn't sit for him, though. Mahadi comes the other way. Right foot kick to half forward. Neil going up. Big pack there off the front. Who's going to get there first? Sarcevic gets it. Gets around. Handball over the top was okay. Maris on the left. 40 out. Closing open. Goal square. Goal! Fraser Maris. Great finish with those nice little green boots on. And he has possibly put the Inspirations Paint goal of the day. First up for Bell Park. Inspirations Paint. Watch your next project. 138 Torquay Road, Grovedale. And they go to 1 straight 6. The Parkers. St Mary's one behind. Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
So the goal will go down to Maris, but Mitch Mahadi off half back left his opponent, attacked the ball in the corridor, and then just old school centre half back style just bombed it inside forward 50, and that's all they need to do. Get the ball in there, let it go to ground, let the smalls go to work, and that's exactly what happened. Good play, Mitch Mahadi.
Absolutely. A good start for the Dragons. We're back in the middle. Minchin wins it down for the Saints. Been a hot start for him. They work it out. The clearance didn't go too far. Sarcevic came from the wing, couldn't go to clear near McMahon. Now Blood, up the chimney it goes. Only gained about 5 metres or so. That's a firm tackle. Play on was the call. It was Johnston laying the tackle. Turnover though is going to Minchin for St Mary's. That ball drop was awkward looking. Kirsch goes inside 50 to the hot spot. Was almost driver-esque. Ball at ground level was stumped away from the arms of Michael Rudd. Couldn't gather and will be tossed in the left forward pocket for the Saints.
Saw Jack last night too.
Did you?
He was having a nice little convivial for dinner, he was.
We won't put Minchin in the Jack Driver kicking school yet, but he won't be far away. He continues that form.
Boundary throw in, free kick for a push in the ruck contest. Bell Park to take it. Worm's going to take the free kick. He's going to switch the play. Dangerous, but it's okay. And Bowyer takes the mark in the back pocket for Bell Park. Wants to come up the ground. Broadcast side. Big pack there. Oh, that's a good mark. That is a very good mark from Reece McWaters. Hamlin hanging contender in a pack at half back for Bell Park. Plays on now. Comes broadcast side to centre wing again. Big pack there in the middle. He had his name written on it.
Zach.
And that was Zach McInnes. Big man, big boy too. He's Zach. He goes long to centre half forward over the back. Sherman used his years of experience to take the mark and switch the play quickly to Damien McMahon at half back.
He does. McMahon looks inboard immediately, finds his returning skipper Jack Blood still inside his own defensive half. He looks towards the middle of Anthony Costa Oval and drives it to the outer side. Big contest. Lloyd was absolutely hammered. Keep an eye on him, Birchie. That was a big contest from Johnston. Sherman on the outer side dinks one over the top. Lovely looking kick too. Rudd wheels and goes on his left foot. It's a good looking kick, but Boyer, Goggles, who can't see 4 foot in front of him, Kirsch, trust me, he can't. He's blind as a bat. Gets Braille on the bench. But he does well. He saw the Sharon coming, just saw a shape and got his fist in and thumps it out of play.
Well, he's had a job on Lockie Peck, so he's been given one of the tougher jobs inside his defensive 50 for the day.
Sounds like there's a personal relationship there. We'll get to that shortly.
He's playing with a Labrador too, which is strange to see.
It is on. Did think it was a bit strange.
Stop it.
He's got a bit sideways in the K-Rock boss as Chris Jansen looks to come back. He's a handsome man, Chris Jansen.
Oh, he's taken over from Harry Cole at St Mary's.
Yeah, he's a very handsome man.
Hang on, ball up in the forward line for St Mary's. Comes free at the back for Bell Park. Mahadi off a step, goes with the right foot kick towards half back for Bell Park. They try and pick it up. They do. Sarcevic gets around. Jack goes towards centre wing with the kick. Open at the back. Getting back there was Burke. Tried to get away from McInnes. His handball over the top, set Connors a task. Well, he got ripped off the footy without it actually. And he probably played nicely for it. He just dropped the ball at the right time, Chip. And we'll take the free kick on centre wing on the outer side.
Just assessing his options. Connors, this opts to go down the line this time. Benstead had his name on it. Took 2 bites of the cherry to market, but does eventually. Leads Bell Park for intercept marks, as Kirsch mentioned pre-game. Averages 3 a match, been a very consistent player for a long time. Steve Benstead, he drives it down the line. Did that ball stay in play? It did just, I think. No. Was juggled over the line and out of play. So on the outer side, centre wing, Bell Park lead this one by 5 points. 10.5 minutes gone on the Bowen Foods time clock opening term. Ball comes to ground level, Minchin. Now Sherman forced to kick quickly on his left foot. Benson went back with courage, couldn't complete the mark. They drive it inside 50, the Saints, but it's all Bell Park there, and Lloyd takes the mark.
So Lloyd now seeing the intercept marking, aren't we, Kirsch?
We are, and it's coming into play. They actually, St Mary's had 2 intercept marks to 0. They're now 3-2 their way, Bell Park. They're just starting to read the ball a little bit better coming inside their defensive half.
And it goes to Wareham at half back, kick around the corner was terrible to Jack Blood. He has to go back and do his own work and pick it up. He needs some support, and St Mary's bear down. Put some tackles on Michael Rudd in there, Rayner as well, and it will be a ball up in between wing and half forward for St Mary's.
Just an indication of how well Rayner's doing. Patton has not touched the ball yet.
Yep, he's right next to him there with the long sleeves on, number 4. If you hear around the ground, listening to us on krockfootball.live. Ruck contest, Peck threw it out of the middle to Harry McMahon, kick around the corner, inside forward 50, comes off a couple of Bell Park chests. Williams, front and centre, was good, but he missed it.
Throw.
And it was a throw anyway, so not going to be a score, and Bell Park will take the free kick. I think it's going to come back to Jackson Gorman once he gets the footy from outside nearly the boundary line. And he's got a fair distance to come back because Rudd standing the mark about 40 out from goal, and Bell Park again inside defensive 50 to relieve the pressure.
Doing a good job, the Dragons, just holding firm at the moment. Gorman high up and under ball to the wing. Up early was McGuinness, went through his hands, but they've got numbers out the front of the stoppage now. Sarcevic handballs quickly. Mack goes inside 50, one-on-one contest. Hollard was being held by Connors, but Connors just did enough and got the good bounce as well. Did well, Nick Connors, the grand final hero. Goes short, finds Kirsch's man Jansen. Deep in his own defensive line, drives it out of trouble to half back, up early, massive contest. Burke took out his man, play on the call, was just a good firm contest. Peck comes closing quickly on Wareham, he couldn't influence the contest. Dancing inside is Gorman, his kick is chopped off by Benson, who dances through a couple, goes this way and that, and the squaring ball is superb to find Ling.
Ling now on the point of the centre square at half back, wheels it towards Rudd, who takes it. Now he goes on the left foot kick inside 50. Harry McMahon comes out Sam Dobson style and takes the mark 45 from goal, 45-degree angle.
Michael Rudd just looked up then and knew exactly where he wanted Harry McMahon to be, and he just waited and just kicked it into that space, and Harry McMahon had no choice but to run into it.
Doesn't really matter about the person, does it? It's just the spot, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the spot was there. It was too open, and Bell Park didn't defend the space.
So Harry McMahon, 45 out, 45-degree angle. to put St Mary's first on the board. 13.5 played in this first term. He comes in. Right foot kick off the boot, looks pretty good. As it held it? It has. Great kick. So he puts his first on the board. First for the home side. They go to 1-1-7, take the lead. Bell Park 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman, K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices and in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Wyra Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
Well, that's St Mary's to a T, isn't it? The way they move the ball from their defensive 50 to their forward 50, and Connor's doing a job. Uses the ball, gets it out the other side. Benson then just has the ability to switch the play, opens up this side of the ground where it's open. They use the space, and Rudd with terrific skills as mentioned. Yeah, you've got to finish the goals, but the way they moved the ball, transitioned it from their defensive 50 was elite.
So Peck in the ruck for St Mary's now, as mentioned, takes a breather. Worm still in there for the Dragons, who wins this one down. Can they win the stoppage? Here is Worm, dances out of trouble and then tumbles a left foot kick inside 50 over the back. Mark couldn't be taken. Handball clear from Hughes. Travellini dances out of trouble, and the switcher play again is nice and finds Damien McMahon, who's got blood at half back. Broadcast side goes quickly. Handballs over the top to Jansen, who drives one down the wing looking for Rudd. Good contest at ground level. Rayner, who's got the job on pattern, as Kirsch mentioned, comes to ground level. Lloyd with nice composure. Dribbling ball wasn't great. Blood chopped it off. Ball's right on the boundary. Jansen, McMahon, looping handball. Copley's there at ground level. Drives the legs and goes inside 50. Dangerous spot. McMahon with the contest. Benstead was ripped off it. Bowyer has to kick quickly. High up and under ball. Sherman's got the sit if he can mark, and does. Used his body expertly, Kirsch, and he'll have a shot from goal just inside 50.
Absolutely. He's been playing behind the ball, Zach Sherman. He's got that ability just to read the play. No one probably reads the play better than Zach Sherman, and that was terrific play.
So Zach Sherman back into the side this week. Did his hammy against St Joey's a few weeks ago now. Handy play to be coming back into the team at this stage of the year. He has got it. A second for the Saints. 2 in a couple of minutes for the home side. And Zach Sherman with his first of the afternoon. They move on to 2-1-13 St Mary's. Bell Park 1 straight 6. 15.5 minutes gone. That's on the K-Rock. Harvey Norman, Caro and Warm Ponds first quarter scoreboard.
A little bit of messy play on the wing here, but Damien McMahon gets ball in hand, and you can see he had numbers in front of the ball and forward of the ball, and he just gets that long loping handball out to go forward, and the way they went, they're off to the races. Ball inside forward 50, and that's where they're their most dangerous, obviously.
Back to the middle, Neil. Nihill having a run in the ruck. Benson again from the middle for St Mary's. His kick was terrible, partly smothered, goes to centre half forward, over the back, Harry McMahon, handball was okay, Copley back, kick around the corner, Harry McMahon towards the pocket, McDonald just on the ground. Is it going to run away from him? Can he keep it in? It's close to the boundary line. In fact, it's over, and we'll have a throw in right forward pocket for St Mary's. And the swimming pool end of Anthony Costa Oval around the grounds thanks to Leopold Sporties this afternoon. Western Bulldogs 28 lead, North Melbourne 19, and Fremantle 44 lead, Sydney 19 at the SCG.
I'll tell you the job that Caden Rayner is doing on Lockie Patton. Clearances are 7-2 and Benson's had 4. Oh. So, you don't get the ball going the other way because Patton's their extractor. He's their clearance king, and they're taking that away from him around the stoppages.
Speaking of stoppages, we've got a repeat one here inside 50 for St Mary's. At right half forward, Minchin back on the ground, wins the hit out down for St Mary's. Garner dance clear just with strength. His kick is right across the face of goal though, and might have gone on the full. In actual fact, it did. So a bit of relief. Here is Goggles Boyer. Just struggles to see, Jace.
Goggles Boyer.
He's a medical miracle. Kicks off a couple of steps to the wing. McGuinness, I like the way he flies at the ball, Kirsch. Couldn't cling on. Well. And the ball out of play on the outer side.
Goggles Boyer, that's going to stick. So throwing left half forward for St Mary's on the GMHBA Stadium side of the ground. Goes back towards Damien McMahon, handball away. And a throw, said the umpire. So, going to be a free kick to Bell Park. Nihill's going to take it. Back into centre wing on the outer side. He can go short to Sarcevic. No, doesn't want to go there. He wants to go down the line and does so now. Long to half forward. A couple of there. Hughes taps away from McInnes. and sees it over the boundary line, and we will have a throw in at right half forward now for Bell Park on the outer side. 2-1-13 St Mary's. They're leading Bell Park 1 straight 6, and we've played 18.5 in this first quarter. Time clock thanks to Bowen Food sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Tossed in about 65 from Bell Park's goal. Benson again been superb. Now Garner off a step to the wing. Big contest, falls to ground level. Harry McMahon, Benson, who made some incredible ground from that stoppage, wobbles one inside 50. Peck with the clean pickup. His handball was a bit nondescript. A wonderful tackle by Lloyd, and earns himself a free kick. The tackle on Dion Johnston.
The number one tackling team in the competition, Buzz, and the number one for efficiency in tackling.
Lloyd goes very short, finds Maris. And some bright green boots, almost like the colour of the umpires. Maris, left footer, gets inside the mark and gains another 15 metres, wobbles one to half forward. Burke dropped one he probably should have taken. Sarcevic comes. Strong tackle though by Burke, butted up at ground level, and will have a ball up about 65-70 around from the Dragons' goal.
Bit of halfback to halfback, Kirsch, isn't it?
It's between the arcs at the minute. There's not a great deal of inside 450s for Bell Park. They've only had the 5 so far.
Rayner got it from the contest, gave it away to McDonald, gives it to McMahon, who runs past, gets inside 50. That's where they're dangerous, and run over the back, takes the mark against Benstead. Wants to move it quickly out the back. Harry McMahon causing some problems. He takes the mark and chips it back in board. It's a training drill. Back to Sherman. And it was who's going to kick 2 goals first, Sherman or McMahon? And Sherman's going to have the chance because he's going to shoot for goal from 38 directly in front.
No wonder they averaged 23 marks inside forward 50. They've just had 3 then in that little set piece of play.
So Zach Sherman, who kicked the last one, is for his second of the afternoon. And he comes in 38 run very close to the man on the mark, but brings it back nicely with a little bit of breeze and puts it through for his second of the afternoon. 3-1-19 St Mary's. They lead Bell Park 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. I think Harvey Norman for the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
I like it. First half of the quarter, Sherman played behind the ball. They've moved him forward. He's obviously hit the scoreboard. But, you know, the absence of Dobson and Loftus and these type of players up forward, you know, even Sprague who can go forward. They've got Harry McMahon and Michael Rudd who takes these marks inside forward 50, so it doesn't matter who they have playing in that forward half. Lockie Peck, we know, can turn a game and dominate a game, so they've got so many options inside that forward 50. It's no wonder they average 23 marks inside there.
So 3 goals in about 5 minutes for St Mary's, just edging out to a bit of a lead here as we tick past 21 minutes on the Bowen Foods time clock. Another stoppage in the middle of Anthony Costa while all that's going on. The rain has stopped for the time being, which is good for all involved, even the broadcasters. Comes to ground level. They're working on the outside. Worm wobbles one to half forward over the head of Nihill. Burke attacked it, just a little fumble. Hughes was clean at ground level. Now Jansen. Fort's kick on his non-preferred left. It's a high up and under ball. Minchin couldn't mark, and then tackled strongly by Gorman, who does a good job to hold him up and have a ball up just inside the centre square.
So, ball up now. Minchin uses the body, gets it down. Garner's in there. And Connors as well. He's wrapped up straight away in the tackle. Not going anywhere. Umpire Jones will come in and do some more work. Point of the centre square at right half forward for Bell Park. Minchin taps it over his head, but only as far as the Sarcevic, so he got it out wide. Maris got it away quickly, off a step Gorman, back to half forward, but again, across 50 defensively. Braden Ham takes the mark for St Mary's. Long kick towards centre wing. Garner had the sit, should have taken the mark really, was paying for a free kick, didn't get one. Handball back towards Sarcevic. He gives it away. That was Charlie. They get it over the top back towards Charlie, but he ran out of room right next to the boundary line. And we're going to have a boundary throw in at left half forward for St Mary's. They're 3-1-19. They lead Bell Park 1 straight 6, 22 and a half played in this first term. Bowen Foods time clock.
Tossed in. It's a big throw in. Evaded all the ruckman. On the turn, Maishman, lovely smother, was shut down quickly. Fell to Travellini for St Mary's, who tries to bite one off, but Lockie Patton, he was called the play on. Not sure he moved off his mark too far, but umpire called play on, so lost possession of the football. Maris comes in, but there's a hold going the way of St Mary's.
McDonald, I think it is.
It is. The Bell Park players are either feigning innocence or otherwise, but will be McDonald who drives on inside 50. Benstead's got the Sibba run over the top with the 1-2 grab. A Hamilton Hanna contender from Michael Rudd, who is looking dangerous in a new roll-up forward, Kirsch.
Yeah, he is, and Michael Rudd's one of those players. He's got the tank, he can play on a wing, and when he plays that hybrid half forward, he just runs up and down the ground, and if you get him a bit deeper inside forward 50, he can take his marks and get shots on. He's just that complete footballer, Michael Rudd, on Carlton's VFL list, of course. Not got the opportunity yet, but he can do anything, Michael Rudd.
Kicks from 35, no problems. It's 4 for St Mary's, 4-1-25. They lead Bell Park, who kicked the first of the contest. That's all on the K-Rock Harvey Norman Karai Moore Ponds first quarter scoreboard.
You know, he was captain of the Falcons last year, national champs, representative of Victoria, and, you know, he was high on draft boards, that's for sure, and just didn't get picked up, but just doing his apprenticeship now in the GFL, and I think there's obviously a massive future beyond the GFL. There's VFL, obviously, but I think he's AFL credentialed once he gets into his system.
He's a good mover, isn't he?
Mate, he's got everything.
Yeah,
He's got all the
size.
attributes.
Yeah, so back in the middle, Minchin gets it down, does his own roving work, handballs it away to Rayner, who goes inside 50 again. McMahon can't take. In fact, there was a hold over the shoulder to Harry McMahon. Benstead against him, so right half forward. He's got the free kick. Sherman just lurking again. Harry McMahon, he's going back with intent. He's kicked one already this afternoon, and he thinks he's got the distance in him.
Jace, what I'm liking is the Bell Park forwards are coming up with Braden Hammond, not letting him kick 16 goals off a half-back flank like he did last week.
So Harry McMahon, 50 from goal. 45-degree angle, right foot kick, kicks them on a Thursday night, by the looks of it. He's pretty happy with it. No wonder he's put it through for his second of the afternoon. And fifth for St Mary's, they go to 5-1-31. They lead Bell Park 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, what I liked about that was Rayner, whilst he's tagging Patton and taking him out of that sort of stoppage phase, he actually pushed off him with a bit of craft work as well and got that clearance or the handball from Minchin. So he's working his opponent, yet he's trying to get the ball offensively as well. He's had a couple of touches, Rayner. He's actually had double the touches than Patton. So he's doing a tagging role and he's getting more of the ball than Patton.
So since Fraser Maris kicks the opening goal of the contest at Bell Park, it's been all St Mary's. 2 apiece to Harry McMahon and Zach Sherman, and a single to Michael Rudd. And the Dragons just under the pump as they go inside 50. A welcome return to inside 50 for them, but Sam Burke's there for St Mary's, who dances out of trouble, was just caught off guard with the tackle, but Hughes took the mark, plays on quickly. Benson has a couple to beat, forced to kick hurriedly, but the vision is superb and finds Maishman on the outer side, who goes inboard quickly. It's a dangerous kick to McMahon, who has a couple to beat. There's a whistle for over the head contact, and McMahon will take the free kick.
McMahon from the middle, right foot kick, long, inside 50, packed there, off the back, Harry McMahon, step around the corner, open goal square. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce and hit the behind post and be out of bounds. Good result for St Mary's, and they're going to have a throw in the left forward pocket. Just always got an extra number, don't they, Kirsch?
Yeah.
Just when under pressure, get a handball away, St Mary's.
Absolutely. They've always got a +1 somewhere around the stoppage or behind the ball. They just know when to come off their opponent and get that extra number.
From the ruck contest, fell to the side. Rayner couldn't keep it in. Away from him and out of bounds for a throw in. So we're going to have it in between wing and half forward on the outer side for St Mary's. They lead 31-6. Late stage of this first term here. Bowen Foods time clock. We've played 27 minutes. Minchin used the ruck for his left hand. Sarsevic's handball was chopped off. Harry McMahon tried to tap it on. Johnston in there as well, fighting for it. The umpire will come in and ball it up. So we're still about 35 out from the St Mary's goal. We're going to have a ball up.
Thrown up now. Minchin's been dominant in the ruck early. Another big hit out, only as far as Tobin for Bell Park. Looping handball, Ware, a little fumble, and now has a couple to beat. The umpire said he was caught high. So some welcome relief for the Dragons. He's a true centre-half back, we'll call it. Isaac Wareham goes very short, dangerous kick to Sarcevic and chopped off. Harry McMahon started this game brightly. Butters up at ground level and forces another stoppage, Kirsch.
Yeah, risky kick, wasn't it? It was a 1v none, but he's got to have a little bit of awareness around where that 1v none is. It become 1v1 very quickly.
So ball up, falls to the back. Sherman gets through the middle, right foot kick towards the top of the square. Peck uses the body, and Goggles Boyer had no idea there. He got pushed past the footy and Paul Peck's son Lockie has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 10 out directly in front.
Yeah, it's that stoppage work again there. I've got some real problems around the clearances at the moment, Bell Park, and I just don't see, looking across the ground, how they're going to rectify that at the moment.
Lockie Peck puts it through. He's first of the afternoon. 6 for St Mary's, 6-1-37. They lead Bell Park 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman. K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Sure, we always look at scores from turnovers or scores from stoppage work, and yeah, it was the turnover before that caused the stoppage, and then the stoppage caused the goal. So, yeah, they're getting it both wrong at the moment, Bell Park, stoppages and turnovers.
Yep, danger signs for the Dragons, that's for sure.
Around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, the Western Bulldogs 30 lead North Melbourne at 19, and Fremantle 52 lead Sydney 31 this afternoon in the AFL.
So, tossed up, 29 minutes tick by on the Bowen Foods time clock opening term. Back in the ruck, Worm this time won it for Bell Park, and then Butters up at ground level does a good job. The big man, but he's tackled quickly. We'll have another ball up just outside the centre circles. Lots of yelling coming from the St Mary's bench, Kirsch. Probably can catch that in our effects, Mike. Tossed up. And down.
The effects mic that Kirsch didn't have on because it was his.
Right in the middle of Anthony Costa. Wareham attacks it off half back. Does well. Isaac Wareham. Short ball is good. Mack chips on over the top. Here he is, McGuinness, with strong hands. We like the way he presents Kirsch, and the young man who's in from the Geelong Falcons this afternoon will have a shot at goal, an important shot at goal from about 40 out.
Yeah, he's been playing a role the last 4 weeks behind the ball at centre half back with the Falcons, and obviously when he comes back to Bell Parkland, they're playing him forward, so he's probably going to get that a little bit of enjoyment back in his footy, being a key forward, back in the forward 50.
Quarter time siren has sounded, so Zach McKinnon is going to have this after the siren for quarter time. St Mary's
beautiful kick, Jace.
There's the Moz if I've ever heard one. 6-1-37 St Mary's. Bell Park, what are they going to end on? Zach McInnes comes in, right foot kick, and he has he has dropped it terribly onto his boot and missed it through for one behind. So Kirsch has got to be quiet. He really does. It's quarter time here at Anthony Costa Oval, and it is St Mary's with a big first term. 6-1-37. They lead Bell Park 1-1-7. We're going to take a break and then come back. Birchie's going to be out listening to both coaches at quarter time, and we'll have scores from around the grounds as well for the Leopold Sporties this afternoon. But as always, we're here for Apco Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. Live, breathe, K-Rock of football.
Don't wait for the freshest fish and seafood to bite. Barwon Foods has a shipload now. It doesn't get any fresher. Check out Barwon Foods fresh oysters shucked on site, mussels, prawns, crays cooked on premises, and all your favourite fish, chosen by all the best restaurants in town. Barwon Foods also sells direct to you at wholesale prices. Great savings, great...
As parents, naturally we want our kids to grow up being able to think for themselves. Sports betting advertising makes winning look easy. Question why betting companies are making millions, even billions every year. Make sure your kids understand who really wins. Have the conversation today. Head to lovethegame.vic.gov.au.
Kids absorb sports betting ads from a young age, making them think that sports betting is normal. It's up to us as parents, coaches and clubs to let our kids know that sports and gambling don't have to go together. For tips on how to start the conversation, visit our website.
Doing the heavy lifting in the stoppage and a quick snap around the body from 35. That's not easy to control.
Oh, boy, the line producer's going. He's off. He's had enough. So he'll be
16 apiece at quarter time to South and
16 apiece. Very good. Thank you for that. Obviously, Jack Driver's got his phone on the ground with him. So that's very good. And Western Bulldogs 38 lead North 19. Fremantle 52 lead Sydney 32. Kirsch, how'd you see the first term?
Well, it was all one-way traffic, wasn't it? St Mary's dominated in all aspects of the game. The only thing Bell Park did get up on was that first goal of the game. They hit the lead there for a while, but then St Mary's kicked into gear and just got their systems working a little bit better, and they were a lot better by foot, weren't they? They just moved the ball so well. They transition, and once they get it inside their forward 50, like we mentioned, they got too many options in the call. They dominated the inside forward 50, 17-8. They were +9 in forward 50 entries. So the way the ball comes in there, no wonder they kick big scores each week. Marks inside forward 50 was 7-1. McGuinness got one late in the turn where the siren went, so it was going to be 7-zip there for a minute. Clearances, this is the area they need to work on, and I'm sure it'll be a key focus for James Saker and his crew. How do they do it? How do they manipulate it? How do they get Patton off the chain? It's 13-4 in terms of stoppages, and I think most scores would have been from those stoppages for the St Mary's footy side. Intercepts, marks, Bell Parker in front 5-3, but that really is the weight of ball going inside their forward or their defensive half, and St Mary's are a timing forward half team, and they're showing that at the moment, and they're getting some value for their entries. 6 goals won, they're accurate, they're getting opportunities, and they're making the opposition pay. But Bell Park, they need to do something around the ball, and they need to do something fast before this game gets completely out of hand for them.
In the expert share, thanks to the Sporting Globe Eat Drink Sport, Ryder Street, Geelong. That is Matt Kershaw, and Glenn Keaston, Luke Rayner and the St Mary's boys have broken up. James Saker, I can see him from here. He's on the other side of the Bell Park huddle, and he is. There's a bit of imploring going on there, I think, in terms of especially around the contest. You'd think, Kirsch, that's where it's going to be won and lost.
100%. We said it before the game, particularly with the weather. If the weather does come in, then that contested ball is going to be the most important. But at the moment, St Mary's is taking full advantage of it, and they're getting the ball to the outside. You got to remember, Harry Benson's had 5 clearances in the 10 possessions in a quarter. Why don't they put someone on him to try and nullify the actual, disposal from the stoppages? So at the moment, they're getting well beaten in that area. They've got to try something. So don't be surprised if we see something different here.
Birchie is downstairs. She's waiting for James Saker to come off the ground with Adrian McCartney. I didn't know Chip was helping at Bell Park. Oh, there we go. But Birchie's going to have James Saker as he comes off the ground, the coach of the Bell Park Football Club.
I do have Sakes here. A bit of a tough start there for the boys, but a really good opportunity now to see some of these test their character and see how they respond to this.
Yeah, the first 10 was good, but yeah, you got to be playing full quarters against this sort of opposition. So they got us with sort of what we knew they would, and that's fair enough to them. But we let ourselves down with some areas, and we just got to take a big breath, puff the shoulders out, and go again.
One of the things you pointed out was the clearance. They obviously got on top of you in that area, and you're just imploring your troops for a little bit more physicality in the contest and not letting them out the front of the stoppage.
Yeah, they're very good at it, but we just need a bit of body and not allow them out the front door. Once they're out there, it's very hard to stop them. So hopefully we can negate that a little bit, change the mix in there, and hopefully get a bit of ball going our way.
Thanks so much. Good luck for the second quarter.
We should be coaches up here, Jose, because we called it early. But for those watching, it's very obvious that that's where they're losing the ball.
Start of the second term. Here's Buzz.
Back underway. Worm out of the middle was just pushed by Benson as he kicked, which affected the disposal. Turned over to half forward. Copley reaches over the top of Wareham. Ball at ground level. Travellini came through quickly. There's a whistle for a throw going the way of Lockie Patton for the Dragons. No? He's told to hand it over. It's going back to Isaac Wareham.
Be spewing too. Just needs a couple of cheapies. Buzz early.
So Isaac Wareham just from the back of centre wing. Flies a wanted. Ball comes back to ground level. There's a whistle for over the shoulder. Tackle was a bit overzealous from Maris, and Damien McMahon will take the free kick for St Mary's out of side.
So he's at right half back. St Mary's kicking to the Northern in this second term. Goes long with the kick towards centre wing. Minchin over his shoulder. It should be a free kick against Worm. I think it will be. I think Ruckman handballs it off quickly and gets it moving. Now, Rayner from the side goes with a right foot kick inside 50. Oh, wowee. Right there, Travellini was running past. His kick was smothered, though. He did nicely to hit the ball at pace from the contest, but his kick was smothered. And Bell Park's defence working overtime again. And we're going to have another boundary throw in St Mary's forward 50.
You could probably use that as a training video, the way he hit that ball front and centre. Travellini. Terrific.
From behind, Benson, right foot kick towards the square. Peck comes out, punched away by Goggles, and he sees it over. And it will be a throw in. Right forward pocket, St Mary's into attack. They're 6-1-37. They lead Bell Park 1-1-7. Couple of minutes played in this second term at Anthony Costa Oval.
Harry Benson, 6 clearances. Bell Park, 5.
Tossed in. Worm over the top. Strong tackle laid. That was on Mahadi, and we'll have a ball up pretty much directly in front of goal for St Mary's. 30 or so metres out. Tossed up. Minchin has been dominant so far in the ruck. Won it down. Patton wanted to see the line. Peck keeps it in, and I'm not sure if it came off of St Mary's boot, but it did come off a boot. Through for a behind in any case. Through for a behind, so Lloyd to take the kick-in duties for the Dragons. Normally a good user. Taking his time here, though, to assess his options. Not a heap for him ahead of the footy. So just forced to kick wide to the outer side. It's a lovely kick. Finds Sarcevic at half-back. He's held up 2 for the time being. Forced to go back over his mark and down the line. Fist came from Burke. Ball comes to ground level. St Mary's with all the numbers. McMahon, Minchin. So it's Jansen, in fact, who trips on over the top to centre half forward. There is McMahon with the juggle. Couldn't complete the mark. Wareham goes to work at ground level, as does Maris. He's ridden into the turf and will have a ball up.
So ball up just inside the centre square forward and the centre circle for St Mary's. Minchin and Worm in the ruck contest. Minchin got his hand to it. Nobody can remember. Maris got one high, did he? The umpire said no, and gets dragged along about 10 metres. It's like a rag doll. And it's going to be a ball up just inside the centre square at left half forward for St Mary's. Minchin. Worm from Bell Park got a one over the shoulder. Umpire said play on. Umpire lets it go. Ball spills free now. Blood had it, lost it, and then Big Pack. It's going to be another ball up. Rayner will get up last this time for St Mary's. Give it back to umpire Jones, and we'll have another ball up.
Tossed up now. Minchin and Worm go to work. There's a whistle for a hold going the way of the Bell Park ruckman. James Worm. That's half back for his side. Not moving the ball with great urgency at the moment. That will bring the rain with it. It's gone very high. Burke with the spoil on McGuinness. Maris at ground level for Bell Park, and now they can try and work their way out. McWaters. It's a half-forward wobbly kick, only as far as Chris Jansen. He's at half-back for St Mary's. Goes very short. Benson uses the one hand to reel it in. Jansen keeps running across centre-half back, finds Damien McMahon on the outer side, GMHBA side. Goes long down the line, Benstead, terrific intercept mark. Strong hand to the Bell Park captain, and he takes the mark.
So Benstead, chips the ball, dangerous. It's okay though. Comes off. They're going to be able to try and move it towards Tobin. They go shorter to Pearce in the middle for Bell Park. Goes with a right foot kick again. Bring rain with that one. High inside 50. Punched away by Hughes from McGuinness. Falls to the side of the pack. Just get out of him away, Jared Garner says. Gets the kick away. Back to the middle. Bell Park with the numbers. Can they get away? Pearce. Copley comes at him. Puts the tackle on. Williams comes in as well. Held up, not going anywhere. And good defensive play from Matt Copley coming up from half forward. We're going to have a ball up just forward of the centre circle for Bell Park.
What chances are you giving your forwards when your last 3 kicks have hit the Telstra Dome roof?
Telstra Dome.
So Patton wobbles one clear. Sarcevic, can he gather the slippery Sharon? He can now. Wobbles one inside 50, about 5 metres out from goal. Free kick given away though, in a dangerous spot. McGuinness was the man giving it away. Short ball is neat enough to Burke. He's at half back, allowed to play on and just kick down the line to centre wing. Ball goes over the back where and been busy for the Dragons. Was pretty happy to see it out, as was Rayner for the Saints, and it'll be tossed in underneath the K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard, which reads St Mary's 60-38 to Bell Park 117.
So a throw in, mention in front from Worm. Worm got a hand to it, falls to the side. Damien McMahon, right foot torpedo punt. He's put that over the boundary line. It was a good mark actually. Get him in the Bell Park back line. That bloke over there was a good mark. Right on the boundary, but it's going to be a free kick at left half back for Mahadi, who doesn't quite know where to go and decides to kick it down the line. It was probably a good one in the end because he had a couple of players there, and they move it quickly towards centre half foot. Oh, wow, Wareham went up with one hand, got pushed past the footy. Sarsevic's kick was amazing. On the outside was good to McWaters, and he's going to go back and have a set shot for goal from 50 out. Slight angle.
Yeah, held his width. McWaters out on this wing. Not sure where his opponent went though. He must have gone a little bit inboard and left him out there on his own. He's just held his line.
So Reece McWaters, former Falcon. And we saw Harry McMahon kick one from about here in the first term, so distance shouldn't be a problem. If he kicked it okay, that was terrible, and goes towards the pocket, off hands, close to the boundary line. Tobin puts the tackle on, and we might have a ball up, I think, in the right forward pocket for Bell Park. They're 1-1-7, they trail St Mary's 6-2-38. Ho-hum, second term so far, 7.5 played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Minchin won it down in the ruck again. Ball teeters near the boundary. Jansen was caught, got his handball clear just in time, and the ball out of play right in front of the Don Matheson Pavilion. Be tossed in quickly again now. Minchin again with front spot. Although Pearce did a good job over the top. Sherman forced to kick quickly. Turned over. Another good look at goal here. Pearce goes across goal and finds Isaac Wareham, who's just outside 50, directly in front. Does he have the leg from here, Kirsch?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Straight up.
Glad I asked.
It's a big no.
Okay, well, he's gone back, and it looks like he will be having a ping. He's gone a long way back.
He has to kick it from 60, doesn't he? 55?
He's nearly in the middle of the ground starting his run up. He will kick from outside 50. Isaac Wareham, let's see what he can do. Drives it, it won't have the journey.
Nowhere near.
Burke with the fist there. The kicks that coaches hate, Kirsch, aren't they?
It's just you got to know your range. Like it's a pointless kick. It's not even to advantage of anyone. It's not to the hot spot. It's just a selfish shot at goal, which you know you're never going to kick. The aqua boots aren't going to give him an extra 10 metres.
So boundary throw in. Short from behind, Nihill gets it down. Garner with the clearing kick towards a vacant half back. Which way is it going to bounce? Oh, was that a high tackle? Umpire said yes, it was. Umpire Brown right on the spot in game 300. And free kick Copley at half back. Just looking for a handball pass. He might have to kick it now because everybody's run past him. Called to play and he's got Travellini behind him, but he goes broadcast side down the wing. Pack there, big pack. Mahadi in the middle, good mark. Hamlin Hanger, he has got a good set of hands. Wants to play on quickly. Switch the ball in the middle and Sarcevic takes the mark.
Spun twice.
Right in the middle of Anthony Costa, goes to the other side with the kick. Oh, at the back, mark taken by Burke. That was a great, well, push, said the umpire.
No, he's got that wrong, Chaston. Yeah. No surprise, but...
but Matt Jones has got the free kick for Bell Park. And he'll shoot for goal from 40 out, close to the boundary line on the left half forward flank.
He actually had no motion. He just used him as a leverage to put his hands up, and that is not a free kick, isn't a letter of the law.
Jones, right foot kick. Oh, holds up in the breeze, and that is, well...
Boys got to know their range, don't they?
Under 12 footy. Hughes comes in, takes the mark at the top of the square without anybody being around him, and he'll get it out for St Mary's.
He goes by hand to Travellini running by. Goes wide to the outer side, fisted away and out of play by the man who just had that shot that Kirsch didn't like, Matt Jones.
Kirsch, it is interesting they're going long and high into the forward line when you've got someone like Jack Sarcevic down there, who's not the tallest player going around, and just to use his strengths.
Yeah, well, there's no leading players inside the forward 50 either, so I guess their options are limited. There's no movement. They're just a little bit unorganised behind the ball, in front of the ball.
Sherman spins out of trouble. Benson, look at that for a left foot ball in his non-preferred side. Pinpoint to Damien McMahon. He's at half-back for St Mary's. Looks to this broadcast side. Ham being quiet. Done a good job on him, Kirsch, because last time we watched St Mary's, he nearly blew a gasket at the way Colac defended Braden Ham, or they didn't.
Didn't defend him.
Travellini on the outer side in the long sleeves and orange boots. Usually good from these sort of distances. By foot, goes to half forward. Benson makes good ground. Goes looking to gain a few metres by hand, but couldn't, runs out of room and it'll be tossed in just inside 50.
So boundary throw in, 38 playing 7, 11 and a half played, Barwon Foods time clock, second term. And we'll have it thrown in now. Minchin over the back, gives it away towards Williams for St Mary's. He just threw it out to Benson. He got it away to Sherman. They get it to Copley now. Travellini 50 out, kick around the corner. Short little kick was okay. Can they pick it up though inside Ham? He just left it for Williams in the end, who's wrapped up straight away, the umpire says. It is holding the ball and free kick. Going to go to Bell Park. Wilson Mack goes wide with the kick. And they're just, there's not much to kick to, unfortunately, for Bell Park. Forward of the ball, because St Mary's have worked their way back. So switch of the play. Mahadi out the side. Goes to the outer side now with the kick. Now there might be a way. And mark taken. Sarcevic keeps it along the boundary line. Tobin takes it. Plays on now. Right foot kick inside 50. They transition beautifully. Connors comes across. Burke there as well. St Mary's with that extra as always, Kirsch, and they see it over the boundary line.
Yeah, much better ball movement though. They thought that one through and executed their possession along that outer wing and got it inside forward 50. At least it gave them a chance to mark inside forward 50.
Tossed in. Minchin again down for St Mary's out of the ruck. Blood weaved his way through. Hughes, handball wasn't his best, coughed it up. Hollard wanted the free kick. Nothing doing. The ball is out of play again. Inside 50. The scoreboard reading 38-7. That's the Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard. 13 minutes tick by thanks to Barwon Foods. Minchin again won it down. Blood wobbles one forward to the middle of Anthony Costa oval. Gee, that was a delicate little clever handball from McDonald, but it was paid a throw. It was only too quick for the umpire to pick up, but nothing doing. So Bell Park back with the footy. Gorman drives it inside 50. There's a whistle for a hold, and it's going the way of the Dragons. Kirsch, did you see who was the infringer was? It'll be Hamish Dawson, the recipient, but there's a big pack of players and a hold's been plucked out.
Yeah, funny, I thought the free kick was for pushing the back to the St Mary's player who was in the front position, but clearly not. Umpire Chaston was closer than us and saw something.
So Hamish Dawson directly in front. It goes without saying his side need this one. 2 goals already for the season. His 3rd game of the year. Left foot is good. A much-needed goal for the Dragons. 2-1-13. They trail St Mary's 6-2-38. That's on the K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard.
Hasn't been a very overly thrilling quarter, this one, and Bell Park for the last probably 5 minutes deserved that goal. They'd probably just got on top a little bit in a few areas, and particularly with their ball movement and transition into their forward half. So probably deserved goal. They've had a couple of shots at it and a couple of looks at it. So from a much better area, this one, Josh, it was actually a kickable distance.
Back to the middle. Nihill having a run on the ruck. Minchin just slaps it down towards Benson. He can't take it this time. Free kick for a hold. Going to go to the 2-time. And they get it away. Now St Mary's. Blood runs free. Right foot kick over the top. Back towards the square. Oh, good mark. Plucked it. Good mark, Michael Rudd. Hamlin Hanger contender. He just stood his ground. Just put the jukes up and went, thank you. And we'll shoot for goal for a quick reply from 20 out directly in front.
I'm glad you commentated that one, Jace, because I didn't see it because I was writing some statistics down. So
moved it quick, didn't they?
It was like I tuned into K-Rock Football Live and was listening to it. So Michael Rudd, as we talked about earlier on, and his ability to take those marks inside forward 50 goes back and slots an easy one, Jason.
He does. 7-2-44 now, St Mary's. Bell Park 2-1-13. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock second quarter scoreboards. Asset Finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris.
Yeah, Lockie Patton's just come back on the ground, and so is Keaton Rayner, obviously, and Patton and Blood just having a little bit of a to-do while they come on. Blood's probably just reminding him of his lack of touches so far in the game, and Patton was probably giving him a little bit of a reply to that as well. But what I haven't seen with this Patton thing is that no one's actually gone to Keaton Rayner from Bell Park and given him a hard time and actually helped Patton out. You've got to help your best midfielder out, and no one's actually gone to Rayner at all.
Garner charges through the stoppage with power and pace. Handballs over the top. Sherman on the outside from 65 goes looking for Rudd again. He's on one today, Kirsch. The hands are sticky, and Michael Rudd will line up for his second in as many minutes, well, probably 8 minutes, and his 3rd for the afternoon.
Yes, he's almost at that stage now where his hands are on that well that you've got to clear out a little bit of space for him now and realise and identify that he's the one to go to at the moment.
Michael Rudd from just inside the boundary. It's good. An Inspirations Paint goal of the day contender from Michael Rudd. He's on fire, and so is his team. Rudd's got 3. He's the 3rd multiple goal kicker as well. 8-2-50 St Mary's. Bell Park 2-1-13. That's on the K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard.
And the one good thing about Michael Rudd is when he gets the ball, he uses it well, no matter what. In general field play or his shot for goal, he's a lovely kick of the footy, and he uses it well every time he has ball in hand. And at the moment, you want to get the ball in his hand. He's kicked a lovely goal from the son of Paul Peck pocket.
And Paul Peck's son Lockie's in the ruck as well. To back towards Garner, who has got a jockey on him there because one of the Bell Park boys just rode him in the tackle and stopped him in his tracks. So a secondary bounce in the middle. Peck takes it out, gives it away towards Benson at the back. Bell Park on hands and knees. Worm tried to get it out. Back develops again. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
I'll tell you the dominance around the stoppages at the moment. It's 11-1 to St Mary's in terms of clearances.
Gee whiz. So ball up again. Peck up against Nihill. Peck just used the body. Couldn't take it with him, no. Coming in Copley. Hits Ty Williams in the head for St Mary's. Comes back towards Garner, who got a clearing kick for St Mary's. Up the chimney towards centre half forward. Wareham couldn't take the mark. Lloyd got one high. Johnston got it in for St Mary's. Rudd again. Two on him this time. Benson just straight balled the ball. He couldn't get it. And coming in, it's going to be held up, is it? And it's going to be a ball up about 30 out from St Mary's again, threatening in front of goal at the northern end of the ground.
And they sure are. When they've got momentum, they are a scary proposition for any team. Patton lays a strong tackle as he looks to get his way into the game. We'll have a ball up, tossed up very quickly too, which we like to see. Benstead at ground level for the Dragons, only as far as Garner, whose kick only went a couple of metres. Peck handball was good. Now snapping ball ball is high, right to the goal line, and the mark taken by it's McMahon who used the body.
How did he stand there and just take the mark?
Ball went a long way in the air, had to stand his ground, and he marked basically on the goal line. Put this one in your book, Kirsch.
Yep, it's already in.
3 in a row for St Mary's. They are flying, and Harry McMahon has also got 3, so he joins Michael Rudd with 3 to his name. And this is looking like a vintage dominant St Mary's performance. They move on to 9-2-56. Bell Park 2-1-13. Nearly 20 minutes gone on the K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard.
I know it's too early in the game to sort of say, but, you know, this is that gap we were talking about, you know, before, second and third, 84 goal difference, and it's playing out like it is that difference between second and third. Remarkably, you never really say that in football, but at the moment it is, and all these key indicators are pointing to a big margin today.
Back in the middle. Again, Garner. Left foot kick was partly smothered. Copley comes off half forward, tracks it, gives it back to Garner. His kick was smothered, so he taps it onto Blood. Just in numbers, St Mary's get it around the corner towards left half forward and bounces out of bounds for a throw-in at that left half forward for St Mary's.
13-1 clearances.
Gee whiz. Which represents a 43-point lead at the moment. That's what it is. And a boundary throw-in for Peck and for Mahadi.
One down. Only as far as Blood. Had Connors for support. Kick was smothered. Working through his worm. Hurriedly kicked forward by Pearce to half forward. McGuinness chases after it. Socked away from him by Damien McMahon. And the ball out of play, broadcast side. Just repeating that score, 9-2-56 St Mary's, Bell Park 2-1-13. Thanks to Morris Business Class Finance, asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Garner out of the stoppage. Hurried left foot kick going back with the flight. Good mark, Isaac Wareham, the Hamlin Hanger contender, going back with the flight, showing courage. Now Sarcevic, this is Charlie. On the outer side, goes looking for Mahadi. Kick wasn't great, had to pick it up on the bounce. Dances clear though, does well. Squaring ball is good enough. Pearce takes the mark, goes quickly from 65, deep to the teeth of goal. He's coming across is Burke. That's a Hamlin Hand contender too. Lovely courage from Sam Burke, coming across the front of the pack. Takes the mark, goes by hand to Travellini. Very short to Damien McMahon, who's in the right back pocket.
McMahon wants to play on and switch the ball. Comes, terrible kick off the boot. Pretty good pick up by Burke. Got it back to McMahon under pressure through, sees it through for a rush behind. So nowhere out for there.
Messy that, wasn't it, by St Mary's by foot?
It was 2-2-14 Bell Park St Mary's 9-2-56 Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard. They come into the back pocket St Mary's and go around the boundary line. Garner with a short lead. It's going to be down the line. Blood goes with a kick towards Minch, and Mahadi's got his name written on it over the back. McDonald couldn't take it. Ball in dispute. Rayner got his head ripped off. We'll take a free kick at half back for St Mary's. Handballs it towards Jansen. Has to wait for it. He kicks it back towards centre half forward. Williams is going to have to sit over the back. He couldn't take the mark for St Mary's. His second effort was pretty good. Set Garner up though a little bit. And numbers for Bell Park. Lloyd, he gets it for Bell Park to Wareham, who runs and goes wide with the kick, but ill-directed. And Burke read it the better. Wants to switch and go to the outer side. Can they keep it in? They can. Sherman, he takes the mark, plays on now towards half forward. Travellini runs back with the flight of the football. Couldn't quite take it though, and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in at right half forward for St Mary's. Just down to Jane Birch. Injury concerns for either team at the moment. Birchie, nothing to report?
No, very quiet on that front. There's been some big collisions though in the marking contest, but players have jumped up and got on with it. So, yeah, that's good news for both teams.
Tossed in just inside 50 for the home side. Maris worried his man out of it. Williams dances through a couple. Does well. Handballs wide to Connors, who kicks off a step to the teeth of goal. Peck couldn't quite mark through for a minor score. So under the attack again, Bell Park. Lloyd to bring it in. Just 2 goals to their name as we near the main break. Lloyd plays on out of the goal square, drives it a good 60 metres to Mahadi, who's got some nice hands, and he goes quickly. Wareham's been busy on the outer side, pumps the legs, goes very short. Burke's been good in defence, puts the big fist through it. Maishman with strength, dances clear, does well. The short ball from Ham into the middle is nice and finds Garner.
Back to Ham, who runs through the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. High right foot kick. McMahon goes up, can't take the mark. Front and centre, Williams was good. McDonald could have blazed away but didn't. Went to the Paul Peck pocket and found Zach Sherman. And he will have a set shot for goal from 35 out, 45-degree angle.
When you've got Braden Ham streaming through the middle like that, inside forward 50, they were 3v2 in favour of St Mary's. I don't know how you get 3v2 in front of the ball, but maybe just defensively or a bit of ball watching from the Bell Park defenders, defensively poor.
So Zach Sherman could become the third player with 3 goals this afternoon.
Already.
Yeah, already. Harry McMahon and Michael Rudd have 3. Zach has 2. And he'll come from the Paul Peck pocket at the northern end of the ground. Goal umpire just says, yeah, Zach, you've kicked 3. So he's third of the afternoon. 10th for St Mary's, 10-3-63. They lead Bell Park 2-2-14. Morris, Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard, Asset Finance by Geelong people. For Geelong people, call 1300 for Morris.
At times their ball movement from half back is not bad, Bell Park, but it really is that final kick going into their sort of 70 to 0 mark inside their forward half, which has been really poor today, and they haven't really got that hit up target. They haven't used the ball well in that area. They haven't even maintained a little bit of possession going in there, so they've really got to work on some key areas at the moment.
One of them's they work in the middle. They're getting absolutely pumped out of these stoppages. Benson in the mud gets his handball clear to Maishman inside 50 again with the check side, dumped forward by Williams, not Sherman again. Wriggles clear, and Johnston with the flying shot misses, not by much, but through for a minor score as they continue to pepper the goal. St Mary's 10-4-64 they are now. Bell Park 2-2-14 as Lloyd plays on, drives it to 65 out from his own goal. Up early was Worm. Took a good mark at half-back, goes very quickly. The kick was just over the head of Mack, who butters up at ground level, then just soccers it, gains another 30 metres or so. McGuinness, can he get the handball clear? He does to McWaters, who gets inside one, goes back, looping handball over the top. They get a good look at it here if they can pick up the ball cleanly, and they can't. Dawson, his kick was off the outside of the boot, and it goes out of play, out in the full in actual fact.
They play on quickly. St Mary's go the other way. Kick over the top. Benson to Travellini. Takes the mark at right half back. Just know when to come off their man, don't they, Kirst? St Mary's defence. Yeah. Just know when to come and defend the next, and they've done it most of this afternoon. Travellini wants to play on and get around at half back. Does. Right foot kick in the middle. Perfect to McDonald, who presented. Now there's a bit of space in between him and the lead out wide by Williams. It's a beautiful kick, 55 from goal. Williams he's got Garner in the pocket. He's got Sherman by himself at the back. Can he go?
Terrible.
It's a terrible kick though. But you know what? Sherman made it look like it was a pass. Because he ran from the side and just ran in the middle. Garner held off I think it was Ben Lloyd who was there, and Sherman came in, and he is definitely in the Paul Peck pocket now because he is right next to the boundary line, and this is going to be a tough kick, but he's kicked 3 and you would bet on him to kick this because he's a bit of a mercurial type, Zach Sherman.
Yes, what's he going with? Just a stock standard drop punt?
Just a nice little drop punt. There's no breeze. So it's a pretty even. Oh, look at that. Straight through if you don't mind.
Don't you, Zach Sherman?
That is an Inspirations Paint goal of the day contender this afternoon.
Degree of difficulty very high, Jace.
Absolutely. From the Paul Peck pocket, he's kicked his 4th, and the 11th for St Mary's. 11-4-70. They lead Bell Park 2-2-14. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, this is getting insanely ugly, Joshua. Very much so. It's, what have we still got a couple more minutes, probably till half time.
Yep, they are just a sight to behold when they're on fire. St Mary's, they're back in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Wareham. He's trying hard for the Dragons as the halftime siren does go. Another dominant quarter, a dominant half for the Saints. They go into the main change. Jason Doherty, 11-4-70 to Bell Park, 2-2-14.
They do, and 6-goal first term, 5-goal second term for St Mary's, and it's a 56-point lead at the main break for St Mary's. Birchie's going to go out and do some of her best work, try and get somebody at half-time before we take a break. It was all St Mary's in that first quarter. They took their time, didn't kick a goal until the 13-minute mark of that second term after a dominant first quarter display, but in the end they came home with 5 goals in that second term. Zach Sherman has 4, Harry McMahon and Michael Rudd with 3 each, so they're all going nicely, and Birchie's going to head out to the St Mary's huddle now and get one of their stars this afternoon. She's just patrolling at the back, and they're all running away from you, and I think she might also at the moment have Keaton Rayner.
I do. I've got Keaton Rayner here. Fantastic first half by your boys. Are you a little bit surprised at the dominance that we've seen so far and on the scoreboard there?
As parents, naturally we want our kids to grow up being able to think for themselves. Sports betting advertising makes winning look easy. Question why betting companies are making millions, even billions every year. Make sure your kids understand who really wins. Have the conversation today. Head to lovethegame.vic.gov.au.
Kids absorb sports betting ads from a young age, making them think that sports betting is normal. It's up to us as parents, coaches and clubs to let our kids know that sports and gambling don't have to go together. For tips on how to start the conversation, visit our website.
Doing the heavy lifting in the stoppage, and a quick snap around the body from 35. That's not easy to control.
up to a massive 100-inch. Connect more.
forward 50s. Lockie Patton, as we know, has had the job on him by Keaton Rayner. He's had the no kicks, 3 handballs, 2 of them under pressure, no clearances, 1 tackle, 1 mark. And he's had the absolute number done on him today by Rayner. Interesting, we just had a bit of insight from Glenn Keast, who come to the
great
boundary.
access to the coaches.
Great
here,
access to the coaches, and Keasty did indicate to us that Keaton Rayner won't be continuing with that job after half-time and may be able just to run around freely and play football, because let's be honest, he's done the job. The game's won.
Yep.
The 4 points are in the bank, and he can go and play football and enjoy his afternoon instead of running around chasing tails. So we might see Patton get off the chain a little bit, but it's all too late.
He looks like he's playing in the back line, half-back, I think, Rayner, back there.
Yep, so a bit of freedom, get a bit of touch, and look, someone will be accountable for Patton in that midfield, but the damage has been done, and they've done their homework, and it's come to fruition.
So the head-to-head, thanks to White Cross Healthcare this afternoon, scooters, walkers, but much more. Trusted advice, best solutions. We'll keep an eye on that in the second half as well. Kirsch here for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Rowley Street, Geelong.
Travellini up to a wing, so they've just made a few little changes.
Looks like Hollard's gone to half-back as well.
Yeah, there you go. So there's just a couple of little slight tweaks, and
we'll keep an eye on some matchups.
Actually, no, but Patton's in the forward line. Yep.
And Rayner's gone to him.
Can't escape.
Start the third
What
term.
is that? They've taken him out of the midfield and Rayner's gone.
Start the third term. Here's Buzz.
It's like a recurring nightmare. Maris. And Patton ridden into the turf as if his afternoon wasn't stinky enough. His head's put into the dirt by Rayner, who's wearing him like a glove.
He's like, I just thought I got rid of you.
Fantastic. Tossed up just outside the centre circles. Minchin, Worm lost possession of the ball. Benson got through a couple. Sarcevic grabbed the ball between his legs and then tackled quickly. Another stoppage. Minchin and Worm, as they have done for most of the afternoon, in the ruck for either side. And it's been the St Mary's ruckman who's been on top, wins it again. Here is Hollard, brought to ground by Blood. Another ball up right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7.
So ball up, Minchin. And Worm, who goes up early. Minchin gets it down road by Wareham. It looks like he might be around the ball now. Kick from Bell Park towards half forward. Coming out, Ling for St Mary's. Gives it away to Copley. Handball was beautiful to Travellini. Runs past through the middle. Spears it to Harry McMahon, who wanted to handball, but he elects to go with a kick. Inside 50 now. Paul Peck's son goes up. He can't take it. Lockie gave the back. Mahadi left it behind. Rudd's handball shuffled out towards Benson. Had to put the tackle on in the end. And St Mary's working overtime in their forward line. They hold it in there, and we'll have a ball up.
A bit more positive start from Bell Park. They've won a clearance. They got the ball going forward. They look like they've just got a little bit more intent and a little bit more edge around the clearances. So we'll see how that pans out in the next couple of stoppages.
Tossed up, mentioned down again for St Mary's. Hardy was upended as he tried to kick. Rudd has Benson for support, who kicks quickly, snaps into the pockets. Doesn't quite get through for a score. Grazes the behind post and will be tossed in. Just a couple of metres around from goal. Tossed in now. Minchin again with front spot, beats Worm to it. At ground level, geez, weaving through was Rudd, I think it was, with the flying shot with the check side, but couldn't get his fourth for the afternoon. It joins Zach Sherman through for a minor score. The first of the second half, 11-5-71 the Saints. Bell Park 2-2-14.
So Ben Lloyd from full-back for Bell Park. He likes to go to the outer side. Goes towards half-back. It's a good kick too. And finds Jones. They move it towards the middle of the ground. Sticky fingers. Takes the mark. Nihil.
It's this kick here, Jace.
Yep, he gives it away by hand to Maris. He goes inside 50. That's the kick. Kirsch was saying they've turned it over. Comes to the back of the pack. Burke wants to switch the play. Dangerous kick towards Maishman. Coming out Sarcevic the other way. Travellini against him. Just got the numbers though. Always one extra. Sherman handball towards Ham. He can't take it. Out of bounds in fact. And a boundary throw in left half forward for Bell Park. 2-2-14. They trail St Mary's 11-5-71. time. 3.5 played in this third term. Time clock thanks to Barwon Foods. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Brought in Worm down this time for the Dragons. Wareham to Sarcevic directly in front. Pulls the kick to the near side. 2 for a minor score. That was of the Jack variety. His first score of the afternoon. Been quiet, 19 goals for him this season. But hasn't had a productive afternoon like a lot of his teammates, unfortunately. Be brought in by Braden Ham, has also been kept relatively quiet, Kirsch.
Yeah, he just said that last week, and he probably had 30 possessions in the next 10 minutes. Hit 3.
Mahadi was nudged right off the ball, takes the mark, goes to the hotspot inside 50. Hughes was back with the fist, falls to Maishman, who's brought down. Strong tackle by Tobin, and he'll have the shot from goal just outside 50.
So Will Tobin, no way he's going to kick that distance. Called to play on now. Short little kick over the top is okay, is it? It's too high anyway. Nihill went up and Rudd was coming back at him. Got him high, and he'll take a set shot for goal from 45 out directly in front.
It was still an ordinary kick coming into him. It took a free kick to give him the ball, but just the entries are so poor going in. It doesn't give their forwards much of a marking chance. But in saying that, they've had 3 repeat forward entries, so at least they got some ball inside their forward half, and they're keeping it in there, which is important.
So Nihill gone back at a nice little run up, a couple of steps, and he's made the goal umpire work. Too far, in fact, and through for 1 behind. So they go to 2-4-16, Bell Park. At Charles St Mary's 11-5, 71 Barwon Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
And he brought in driving ball to the hot spot. Minchin was up early, couldn't mark on the second grab. Dawson wobbles one inside 50. Burke attacks it, put the knee up, takes a good mark. It's been impressive, Sam Burke. Strong hands by him. Just kicks out of trouble right in front of us. Broadcast side off the hands of Rudd. Copley, sweeping handball to Garner on centre wing. Just pops it up to space. Asks Peck to run onto it. Doesn't cop a nice bounce. He just taps it forward looking for McDonald. Numbers at ground level with St Mary's. Johnston brought down by a couple. Couldn't work through the tackle.
Birchie, just keep an eye on Sam Burke behind the play. He in that marking contest, he's a bit proppy, so for St John of God, we put you injuries, we put you first. Now from the front of the contest, Garnett's got it at half forward, gets it to Blood, kick over his shoulder towards a vacant 20 out from goal. Who's it going to sit for? It's Bell Park with the numbers. They're just going to clear it. Torpedo punt in the middle, and I don't know how it got there, but it got there to Matt Jones. He breaks free, gives it on the outboard towards Tobin. Had to double back, short little kick, doesn't hit the target, but a bit of time and space. Worm gets it into the middle. Bell Park moving it better this time. They go inside 50, turn it over Hughes. Stood in front of McInnes and took the mark for St Mary's.
That kick again, Kirsch?
Yeah, it's almost on repeat, isn't it? There's no low in their eyes, and it's sort of like they panic with that last kick going inside forward 50.
There is Burke Birchie. Just a quick update on him. How's he looking? Thanks, Jane.
Sorry, Buzz, he's still a bit proppy, but he's obviously staying out there at the moment, but in that marking contest perhaps landed a little bit awkwardly.
Very good. Thanks, Birchie at ground level. Wide ball from Blood. Rayner squaring ball in boards, pretty good. Mason went up with the one Duke, couldn't mark. So clean hands. McMahon arches the back, 55 out. Lovely looking ball onto the chest of Rudd, and he has a chance for goal number 4.
Damien McMahon, that's why he's the premier winger of the competition. He is just elite when he gets ball in hand, but geez, there was slick handballs out there, wasn't there?
Yep, they moved the ball so well. Such a skillful team, St Mary's. So Rudd, an impressive first half. And kick from just inside 50. Brings it back on the left boot. Nicely done. He's got 4 to his name. He joins Zach Sherman on 4. Three players done all the damage. Sherman and Rudd with 4, Harry McMahon with 3, and St Mary's with 12. 12-5-77. Bell Park 2-4-16 on the Barwon Timber third quarter scoreboard.
I was watching a bit of Ruddy's work rate then, particularly his leading patterns up the ground and the way he got back into his offensive forward half, and particularly pushing back goal side and then push back up at the ball carrier was elite. His running is superb.
So his 4th goal, St Mary's 12th. 61 the difference here at Anthony Costa Oval. Back in the middle, Minchin got it down. Benson couldn't take it this time. And now they get it free. Maris for Bell Park. Goes inside 50. Push, said the umpire. Chips Connors was standing there. Umpire Brown was standing right next to him. And he gets it out towards Benson against Hollard. Hollard defensively. Copley comes across. Does well. Right foot kick around the corner. Spears it in towards the forward 50. Where's it going to bounce? Garner, always dangerous in this situation. Tried to get the handball out. He's wrapped up. The umpire says held in and held to him. And we'll have a ball up about 45 out from the St Mary's goal.
Be tossed up. Plenty of players around this stoppage. Mincham, little backhander. Hollard's there. Tackled by Benson, who's never afraid to get his hands dirty. And the ball up. There's been near 10 minutes gone on the Barwon Foods time clock. Third term. 10-goal buffer for St Mary's. At ground level, Copley with a strong tackle. Minchin just tries to punch it forward. Couldn't do so. Wareham now, and it stacks on the mill pretty much. Another stoppage. Directly in front of goal for St Mary's. True centre half forward. There's a whistle. The non-officiating umpires pulled one out for a hold going the way of Bell Park and Dawson.
Yeah, he'd been quiet, Chaston.
Goes into the middle of the ground, and Wareham's got some space.
Goes, it takes the mark under pressure from Benson. Plays on now towards half forward. That's better. Lowered the eyes. And go to McInnes at right half forward. Goes into the pocket and missed the target. Mick Waters, Burke, Williams. Is it out of bounds? Not sure. Free kick. No. High. Burke. After he got rid of the footy, I think. So inside defensive 50. Sam Burke. He's had a good afternoon again today. Goes long down the line with the kick at the back. No mark taken. St Mary's just with the numbers. Williams handball over the top to Copley. Runs around centre wing. Goes to half
how did he get on his own?
Paul Peck's son Lockie on his own at 50. Chips the ball inside towards Ham. Runs onto it. Can't pick it up, but he needs some support. He got some. It's just a training drill. Harry McMahon wanted to join in on the 4 goal persons, and he got 4. Michael Rudd's got 4. Zach Sherman's got 4. It's a raffle. And Harry McMahon finished off a great play from St Mary's from Sam Burke deep in defence. 13-5-83. They lead Bell Park 2-4-16. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
I actually don't know how Paul Peck could have got 50. I might have to ask him how he got 50 metres on his own. Because
Lockie Peck, maybe?
Sorry, Lockie. We keep saying Paul Peck all the time.
Paul Peck's son.
I know that. I played against Paul Peck, but it's very confusing with me. Anyway, how did he get 50 metres on his own? Did his opponent come up to that stoppage and try and impact? Probably couldn't have, because it was 75 metres away. Did he push back to the square? Why would he? So how did he get 50 metres on his own? And he did, and that resulted in a goal. Again, defensively poor.
Back in the middle. Minchin. Patton couldn't gather cleanly. Benstead comes up to the middle of the ground from defence. Couldn't gather cleanly. Streaming through his blood. His hands are usually pretty good. That's no exception. Travellini got the speed wobbles. Lost his footing in the middle of the ground. Ball comes clear. Patton with a rare kick.
First.
Kersh will update us for Kerrs Hire in a second. Strong tackle by Mason. Play on the call. Travellini right in front of us. Hugs the boundary. The vision is elite to Benson. To Garner from 50, straightens up. That is a wonderful team goal by St Mary's.
Don't get any better, Buzz.
They are on fire. They all get to Fletcher Hughes as well. He did some good work in defence. But gee whiz, Kersh, I don't think anyone looks better in the competition when they're up and going.
That is elite level ball movement. The way they just transitioned with hands, the way they had some overlap, the way they pushed forward to the ball, and the way they just pierced through Bell Park's non-existent defence. It was elite. And to watch Garner finish it, I don't know how many times we've called that in the years, Buzz. It'll be at least 10 years where he's been doing that. Like shelling peas for him, just pops it through easy.
in the experts chair. Matt Kershaw this afternoon for the Sporting Globe Eat Drink Sport.
I'm trying to get this game.
I know.
As Damien McMahon agrees, the premier wingman who's just doing what he wants out there.
Benson to Garner, off the back of the pack. Jansen chips the ball. Minchin runs past. Training drill stuff. This.
Here he goes, Buzz.
55.
Oh,
Terrible kick. Drag him for Damien, please. Ball comes back inside. Mahoney leaves it behind. So trying to work hard. Williams. Copley through the middle. Handball to nobody in particular. Falls to the side again. Bell Park working hard. Close to the boundary line. Pack develops. Ball comes out though again. Kick smothered. Goes back towards Patton. He can't pick it up. Needs some support for Bell Park. Coming the other way. Maishman. Little fancy feet. Kick over the shoulder. Bell Park with the numbers. They're going to be able to clear.
They do. Lloyd didn't have a heap to go to. Only McGuinness beaten to it by Burke in the middle of the ground. Got the fist in. Minchin.
Big ruckman
just
involved.
Worked his way through. Right up early. Nearly took the mark. Ball at ground level. Johnston. They're queuing up. Copley. Handball over the top. Jeez, it's a training drill now. And McDonald with the point blank finish. It's 4 on the bounce. McDonald with his first. He gets in on the fun. And this is getting pretty ugly. 15-5, 95, St Mary's, Bell Park, 2-4, 16, 14 and a half minutes gone on the Bowen Foods third quarter time clock.
Now, I know a couple of weeks ago they were very disappointed with the way they played against St Joseph's. They lost by, I think, early hundreds, 105 points maybe, I think it was. And this is looking like that and a whole lot more, Jace, against the top two teams is quite indicative of what we were discussing earlier in terms of score 4. And this is going to open right up.
Back in the middle, Minchin in the ruck. Can't take it out this time. Umpire Brown in game number 300 comes in. And we'll have a secondary bounce just on the other side of the centre circle. And we're going to have a ball up. Minchin, big thump away. Copley tries to tap it on. Does so beautifully to Sherman. Just got tackled as he got rid of the footy. Mick Waters for Bell Park. High kick. High towards centre wing. Pearce in front. Falls into his arms. Takes the mark. Wants to play on quickly. Gets around a couple. Comes inside with the kick. Terrible off the boot. Damien McMahon takes the mark. Handballs away. Here they go again. Maishman over the top. McMahon, the premier wingman, as Kirsch calls him. He goes on the right foot. Kick. Stabs it inside. Rudd comes in. Can't take the mark. Off hands. Bell Park at the back. Might be able to break free. They do. They get a kick. Back towards McInnes. Will it sit free? No. Burke right in his back pocket. Taps it away. Minchin put his head down and he's over the ball and got held up. And we'll have a ball up on centre wing. Best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7.
Tossed up just on the edge of the centre square. And over the top, Patton was harassed out of it. Garner, looping handball to Blood, who's got a few metres of space to work into. Kicks to the hot spot. Rudd with the 1 mid up, couldn't mark. Falls to the back of the pack. Williams straightens up on the left foot.
Oh, he's missed it.
And pushes it across the face. I think he liked it off the boot too. But just faded late across the face of goal. And a mini reprieve for Bell Park, who are under all sorts of pressure. 15-6, 96. St Mary's, Bell Park 2-4. 16 and the ball to be brought back by Hollard for the Dragons.
Travellini, the kicker goal. I've got him in multi for any time goal kicker.
He's on the bench at the moment, so that's not going to happen. Get him forward, says Coach Kershaw. And the ball has gone from Hollard around the boundary to the outer side, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in on centre wing on the outer side. So Travellini is going wing, I think, so not forward, unfortunately, Kirsch.
No.
But, keep his width. You never know.
Never know.
So boundary throw-in, outer side. Lockie Peck up against Nihill. Peck just used the body, got it away, handballed it to Blood. Goes the left foot kick towards half forward. Doesn't sit though for Benson. Williams comes in and helps him. Handball. Heard the call from Ham. He needs to ride the bump. He got the kick away as well. Is that holding the ball? Yes, said the umpire. And free kick to Bell Park. In the back pocket on the outer side. Short little kick over the top to Patton. Wheels and goes to the left. Short to Benstead. His handball back inboard. They can run free. Now Worm goes out wide. Connors tracks it against Tobin. He's got Burke in support. And they're happy to see the 2-on-1 seat over the boundary line for a throw-in. And it will be in between wing and half forward. Bell Park just into attack, but they're 80 points to the deficit of St Mary's. 15-6, 96. Bell Park 2-4, 16.
Brought in. Ruckman go to work.
Forward, Joey. Forward, Mark.
Ball teeters near the boundary. Mason with strength lays a tackle on Dawson, who wriggled clear just in time. Now Worm inside 50. Good looking kick. I think this is my man Goggles. Goggles boy just got lost at the halftime break, Jace. Didn't realise which end of the ground he was at because he cannot differentiate between either end.
He stayed up.
Gets a chance for a rare goal.
Walk us through this one, Buzz. Is he a chance?
Well, he's guessing. He kicks across he thought the goals were over the other side of the ground, Kirsch.
The netball posts.
He's mistaken the light tower for the big sticks. And the mark is taken. Travellini in his own defensive goal, who plays on and falls over.
He's a long stops on. He's done that twice.
And he's grabbed by the ankle.
Holding the ball.
That had to be a free kick for you. Can't tackle by the ankle, can you, Kush?
I think you could, but clearly Josh Brand, it's his day. He's umpired 700 games. It's his day. You can make any decision you like.
Okay. Jones.
He's looking for some feedback.
Jones is the recipient from the forward pocket who sprays it. He's kicked from one pocket to the other.
Same goals as Goggles he's kicked at.
Yep, that's right. That's a sorry passage of play. And St Mary's have the footy.
Jansen. Travellini's going to try it again. This time he just takes no chances and chips the ball over the top to Burke. So Burke at half-back goes to centre wing. Minchin, no, he can't take it this time. His second effort was pretty good though. He needs some support. Got some from Chip Connors, who saw it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in centre wing. In front of the best seats in the house. Thanks to AppCode Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. Minchin and Nihill in the ruck contest. Niall got it down this time. Patton pushed past it. Oh, blood. Great work. Got free. Handball to Minchin. The big fella had to try and break free as well. He couldn't do so effectively. Niall wrapped him up. Left half forward for Bell Park. We're going to have a ball up. So Minchin gives the ball back to umpire Chaston. Stands there. Will do the ruck work against Nihill. Gets it down through the middle. Handball came from Jones. Over the top to Maris for Bell Park. 55 out. Squares the ball. Top of the square. No mark taken. Ball spills free. Sarcevic comes the other way. Gets one high. Charlie will shoot the goal from 35 out and 50 as well. A little bit of verbal, I think, from Harry Ling. And Sarcevic will come down and kick the goal. So Charlie's first. Numbers 1, 2 and 3 for Bell Park this afternoon to kick the goal. 3-4-22. They trail St Mary's 15-6-96. Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Bowen Timber, you're a specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
I don't know if you guys saw what just happened then, but Charlie Sarcevic ran up to the goals, kicked the goal, ran to the net, picked up the ball, went back to the square and kicked it through again. Twice.
Right.
Does he think it counts?
I'm not sure, but I don't know why he did that or what happened there. So,
interesting.
Jane, did you see why that occurred? Because that was bizarre.
No, but the first one was a bit of a dribbler, so maybe he was just trying to fix that up.
Now there's a whistle back down.
Oh, they're signalling the goal now.
Are they signalling a second goal?
Maybe it was the double.
When you can. Yeah, double goal.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon it's double goal. So they've paid it. So Kirsch, just run us through what happened. So he's kicked the goal from a free kick, and then he's
kicked the goal, so he's been given the 50 by maybe that lip by Ling. He's ran to the goal line, kicked the goal, ran to the net, got the goal back, went back to the goal square and kicked the second.
Okay, and there's a few questions in the middle.
Well, there's confusion as well because the scoreboard hasn't changed either.
Yeah.
He's kicked 2 goals, it should be 4-4-28.
Yep. I think there's a bit of confusion everywhere, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Well, we think it's 2 goals to Bell Park anyway.
Well, we'll get Birchie to check that at 3/4 time, I think.
Back in the middle. Dawson was wrapped up, got his handball clear to Maris just in the nick of time. Gorman kicks quickly, was dumped after he kicked, so the downfield free will go the way of the Dragons. Mack chips over the top, neat enough, and finds Wareham.
Wareham handballs it to Sarcevic. Had to sit and wait for it a little bit. Left foot kick into the forward 50. Burke comes the other way for St Mary's. Needs some support. Got some. Comes back towards 50. And a pack develops. And will be a ball up. Just on 50 for Bell Park. So Nihill Minchin to the ruck work. Hill got a hand to it. Ball to the side of the pack. Running the wrong way and ran too far. So that was Jones who ran 25 metres the wrong way and gave up the free kick. So Benson at the back end of the centre square chips the ball towards Copley, can't pick it up on the half volley, needs some support from Rayner to put the tackle on centre wing in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. We're going to have a ball up.
We will. Scoreboard still reads 3-4-22, but we think Bell Park may have kicked 2 goals in that little passage. We'll get some clarification maybe at the break from Birchie as Lloyd was caught high. Advantage paid to Hollard. No, the ball will come back to Ben Lloyd. And it was caught high by Dion Johnson, who looks like he's had the job on the Dragons halfback today, Kirsch.
He does. He's done a pretty good job so far.
Such an important part of their team, Ben Lloyd, silky user off half-back. Long ball, big contest. Falls to Rayner. Patton's able to get some slight revenge by laying a tackle on the tagger this time and tossed up quickly.
So Minchin holds off Niall. Niall got one though. Maishman, or Garner, flicked it up to Rayner. That wasn't meant, but it got back to Garner. Up the chimney towards Copley. In front, goes up, can't take the mark. Sherman front and centre was great. Handball didn't hit a target. Johnston comes across close to the boundary line, and the umpire says, throw it in. So St Mary's 15-6-96. Bell Park are either 3-4-22 or 4-4-28. With 24 and a half played third term. Bowen Timber, K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard.
Tossed in. Minchin down again only as far as Maris, who feigned the handball. Tricked himself, I think, in the end. Maishman kicks one off the ground to Copley. Falls back to Maishman fortuitously, who kicks quickly inside 50. Rudd with strength. Nearly pulled in the mark, then butters up at ground level to Peck. Sweeping handball. Sherman, check side is good. He's got 5. Zach Sherman with another superb finish. He's kicked some wonderful goals today. And just showing his class, Zach Sherman. 5 goals straight too, if you don't mind. And St Mary's move on to 16-6, 102. Bell Park 3-4-22 on the K-Rock Bowen Timber third quarter scoreboard.
Couple of little things to unpack there, and Maishman's couple of efforts there just to get the ball clear from that little scrimmage or the stoppage. Got to the outer circle of the stoppage, but he kept working hard to get the ball going forward. And then Michael Rudd's second effort, once he didn't take that mark to actually get his hands free and get that ball to the outside of the contest, was superb, and that's what set up Sherman's goal.
Minchin down to Sherman in the middle. Minchin taps it on again. Oh no, falls towards Benson, runs free. 55, right foot kick, drag him, terrible, and he pushes it through for one behind the 2-time. So they go to 16-7, 103. St Mary's, Bell Park 3-4-22. Point the difference at Windsor Park, 59 playing 58. Grovedale and Moorshore.
Oh, an impromptu function. And what Kirsch has done. It's going to happen.
Be careful when you throw stones, but
that's right.
Oh, that's good. The ball goes towards Minchin, who goes back, at the back, Burke. He has been great all day. Switches the ball beautifully. How the hell does Jared Garner get 40 metres in the clear in the middle? Handballs it away to Damien Uman. He goes to the outside with the kick to Rudd, and it's just like a little bit of orange going on here. A little bit of witch's hat scenario. That was movement on the outside, and
he deserves 5, doesn't he, Kirsch?
He's been superb all day, and we talk about the marks inside 450 and his goals, yeah, sure, but his work up the ground has been unbelievable, particularly in that first half when the game needed to be set up. He was being terrific all day.
So Michael Rudd has kicked 4. Mr. joins Zach Sherman on 5. He comes in 40 metres out, left foot kick. Oh no, that's not going to get it done. That was a good pass. And
terrific pass. Goal assist, Jace.
Yes, goal assist. And the mark's taken by Ali McDonald. He has 4 Bell Park players around him, and he was the one who ended up with the footy. He's kicked 1 this afternoon already. He's in the right forward pocket in front of the Don Matheson Pavilion.
You're right, Jace. There was 4 players around him, and it was an uncontested mark.
It was. He's 10 metres out. A cute angle. But he should be able to slot this one through. Comes in. And now I've mozzed him. So there you go. That's the way it works. 1-1. Elliot McDonald, drag him too. 16-8, 104 St Mary's. Bell Park 3-4-22. Bowen Timber, K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
Bertie, just down to you for St John of God. Looks like Hardy might be limping coming towards you. Just get an update in a second when you're able to get some more information for us potentially. As Gorman plays on for Bell Park. Gains a lot of yardage. Comes out the back. Hughes was up early for St Mary's, couldn't mark. Coming through was Linging, game 150. Coughed it up. Patton wobbles one. Connors marks just backward to the centre circles for St Mary's. Goes short to Blood, who's been terrific. Goes to half forward. Garner. Pinpoint pass. Garner plays on. That's 50 against McWaters, who ran into the protected zone. Thank you, Kirsch.
He was saying he was going to go with Zach Sherman, but Zach Sherman was actually 20 metres of the right of the kick, and he ran 2 metres to the left of the kick.
And so Garner, he's made the goal umpire work from point blank pretty much, but it's a goal nonetheless. His first of the second of the afternoon, Jared Garner. And they're 17th, the home side. 17-8, 110. Bell Park 3-4-22. Nearing three-quarter time on the K-Rock Bowen Timber third quarter scoreboard. Your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
It's funny because it's a big penalty. We were talking about 50s before the broadcast and how big the penalty is. And he didn't really impede Jared Garner's ball movement. He was never going to sort of impede where he was kicking it to. It's a real big penalty for a minor infraction.
Mention in the middle. Benson couldn't take it with him. Going the other way. Wareham for Bell Park. Goes out wide. Oh, a nice little one-hand Hamlin hanger contender out there for Bell Park. And they're going to move it on quickly. Jones goes in. In fact, it's Pearce goes inside. Oh, good mark. And that was Nihil who came from the side. Burke this time was impeded. And it will be a kick for goal from 10 out directly in front for Nihil.
It's probably only the second time they've gone inside forward 50 and a big has taken a mark.
Yeah, and he kicks the goal as well. So it's first of the afternoon, fourth for Bell Park, 4-4-28, St Mary's 17-8 or 1-10. Bowen Timber, K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Just around the grounds, we haven't got that.
Yes, the
Play HQ Torquay Ammos.
Yes,
Torquay 65, Ammos 62.
Oh, here we go. Good game down at Spring Creek.
Just an update on Mitch Mahadi. He's got the right boot off and getting that ankle strapped, but he should be right to come back on.
Thanks, Birchie. Injury updates thanks to St John of God. We put you first around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Western Bulldogs 77 lead North 52, and Fremantle 96 lead Sydney 89.
Ooh,
closing to the SCG. Yep.
Worm wins the clearance but was smothered by Blood. Sarcevic has time to butter up, but the three-quarter time siren beats everyone. Another dominant quarter for the Saints. Jace.
Certainly is. They go to 17-8, 1-10 at three-quarter time. Bell Park, we think a 4-4-28. They could be 5-4-34. Birchie's going to track that down at three-quarter time with the umpires and also the goal umpires just to get that checked. But St Mary's in control here. Another 6-goal third term for them. They're in control here at Anthony Costa Oval. We are going to take a break and come back with the final term action this afternoon. Win free coffee for a year at APCO Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, K-Rock football.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order.
Doing the heavy lifting in the stoppage and a quick snap around the body from 35. That's not easy to control.
As parents, naturally we want our kids to grow up being able to think for themselves. Sports betting advertising makes winning look easy. Question why betting companies are making millions, even billions every year. Make sure your kids understand who really wins. Have the conversation today. Head to lovethegame.vic.gov.au.
Kids absorb sports betting ads from a young age, making them think that sports betting is normal. It's up to us as parents, coaches and clubs to let our kids know that sports and gambling don't have to go together. For tips on how to start the conversation, visit our website.
and 74. So there you go, the close one out at Mount Moriac. Anglesea 56, Trail Queenscliff 65 at the Cooter Bowl, and Torquay 65 at Geelong Amateur 62. So 3 points of difference down at Torquay. Geelong District Football and Netball League this afternoon. Winchelsea 67, Thompson 60. Bannockburn 72, flex their muscles against Anarchy 26. East Geelong have done so too. They're 100, Bellpost Hill 42. Inverleigh 68, Belmont 38. So, Werribee 104, Corio 75. The shootout up at Werribee.
That is a shootout at the OK Corral. That one, don't worry about that.
Unbelievable. Geelong West 59, lead North Geelong 50.
Prismal did play under me for a few years.
Oh,
so
here we go.
No, as in we didn't have much of a
guru.
defence, yes.
The attacking guru.
Yeah, I said, I used to always say, we have to win today. We have to win 120 to 110 today.
A slight mercy rule in the last quarter for us.
Oh, I've got the flag. The white flag's in the car. I'm going to see if Jimmy Saker wants to wave it. And yeah, it's been a bit like that since quarter time, hasn't it? And it's all sort of been a bit of, for St Mary's, they've been having a bit of fun, let's be honest. You saw some goals they were kicking and it was like a training drill, and you did mention the word witches hats at times, and Bell Park have been defensively poor, and knowing Jimmy Saker and his coaching philosophy and the way he played as a player, he'd be very disappointed with what they've shown so far. So they'll be looking to win the quarter. That's what they'll be talking about in there. They'll be looking to win the ball at the source and, get back to that contested defensive game that they've been really good at all year, and try and finish the game off. St Mary's, on the other hand, I think Glenn Keast and Lukey Rayner will be talking about finishing the game off by kicking a 5 or 6 in the last and seeing if they can really make a statement going into next week's game.
So I think Birchie's going to have Glenn Keast. They're just about to break up now. The St Mary's huddle. James Saker spent a bit of time at quarter time, and he looks like he's going to at 3/4 time as well. Birchie's just speaking with Scotty Hosking, I see, out there as well. And,
Bell Park, to their credit, bounced back a bit then. It was 13-8 by way of stoppages, so clearances. So, the pat and tag come off and they changed a few things up. So I think, it just went a bit more head-to-head in there, and they got a bit more of the ball from the clearances.
So, Birchie still speaking with Scotty, and I think she might be coming across for...
Watch it.
They were just... Birchie had a nice little conversation with Scotty Hosking there. What was that all about?
A little bit. There's confusion reigning down here about that Charlie Sashovic second goal kicked.
Yep.
Umpires have said there was a misunderstanding and only one goal will be recorded for that play.
Okay, so it's 4-4-28.
Yes.
So that's correct, isn't it?
No, they've
added the 5. So it should be 4. Yep, okay. And so they have said that, and that's what was just being reiterated to me, that they've put it down as 2. And I said, well, the umpires have assured that it would only go down as 1, and they'll.
Well, the interesting part of that is that the goal umpires actually waved their flags to the scoreboard to say it's all correct.
Yeah.
When the 5 went on.
Yeah.
Well, they have, and they've actually gone back to their marks, and the score is remaining at 5, which is the interesting part to it, that the goal umpires rectify the score generally.
And then they change the scoreboard.
Maybe there's some confusion with the goal umpires and the central umpires as well. Yeah.
Lucky it isn't
Bit
close.
unclear.
Lucky it's not close. A goal is not going to matter in the scheme of things, Buzz.
Bertie, you going to try and track down Keisty
Yeah, I
quickly?
will, in all of that.
He's probably
In all of that.
probably already in the box.
Tasty. Can I ask you a question?
Bertie,
Keisty, get here.
Keisty, do what you're told. I thought you'd.
No, they're all hidden away in their box, nice and cosy, but we're just getting you a little bit of clarification over the goal and the score, the double goal down there, so we'll have to sort that out at the end. But that's clearly not worrying you because you're looking a little bit puzzled, but in perfect control of this game, what do you look for in this last quarter? You were doing the address there to the boys, and what were your key pointers and reminders just to finish off here?
Well, I think they played 3 really solid quarters, so it was really to try and make sure we finish off and play a 4-quarter game. We said at the start of the day that's what we wanted to do. So, let's make sure we finish off in style and continue what we've been doing in terms of how we've played. I think is really important. So, that was the main message.
You dominated in clearances and certainly had no problems up forward with a couple of key forwards out. You've got Sherman, Rudd and McMahon sharing the load there and kicking a few each.
Yeah, I think, particularly Sherman is just a quality class player, and having someone like that back, it just opens up things for others. So he's hit the scoreboard, which has been nice, but it's pretty even contribution all over the ground.
Thanks for your time. Enjoy the last quarter.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks to Birchie there with co-coach Glenn Keast for St Mary's. We're into attack for Bell Park. They get it in the right forward pocket in front of the Don Matheson Pavilion, close to the boundary line. In fact, out of bounds, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. So it's 17-8, 110. Bell Park a 5-4-34, 4-4-28. Who knows?
Let's just go with the scoreboard.
Let's go with the scoreboard until they change it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Charlie Sasowicz kicked 2 goals from how we see it. So there you go.
Travellini works it out of his defensive half round as far as Isaac Wareham for Bell Park, who kicks the true centre half forward and finds Maris on the paint. He might be just beyond him, I reckon, Kirsch.
Yeah, he's almost in the kicking school, this fella. He kicks him a little sideways helicopter-y.
Yep.
He's almost there. We'll see how this one goes, and he might sort of get a reprieve from the Jack Driver kicking school.
He just sets it up.
He's in.
Didn't fancy himself. Hughes with the fist. There's a whistle. I'm trying to see which way it's going. Might be going Bell Park's way, Can't see anyone rushing to take it.
No.
Trying to figure out. I think Caden Rayner's the offender. He's got it hand on his haunches. It is Patton. Yep.
Won't be happy with that either, Buzz. He's done such a great job on him today.
He has. We'll get to their stats in a minute, thanks to Kerr's hire as Patton comes in, pushed it across the face. So what's that matchup look like today, Kirsch, in terms of the numbers?
Yeah, so Patton's had himself the 3 kicks, 4 handballs, so 7 possessions for the game and no clearances as of yet, whereas Benson's had himself the 13 kicks, 11 handballs, 10 clearances and 6 inside forward 50s. Domination of the day.
That's the Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchup. See the team at Wombat Gully for all your gardening needs. The ball is in the middle of the ground with Rudd. There is Patton as we speak of him. Wareham on the overlap will get it back on 50. Dinky little kick. It was a bit too cute for his own good. Looping handball over the top. Dawson tries to wriggle clear. Tries to fend off. Handball just to space. There's a whistle for a high tackle going the way of St Mary's and 50 to boot as well.
Can only think that was for lip.
Yep. So Copley, the recipient. Travellini's just coasting by through the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Travellini drives it. It's a lovely kick. Pinpoint pass to Dion Johnston, who's done a good job on Lloyd. Kicks quickly. Here's Peck at the back. Through his hands. Sherman has got 6.
The Shermanator out the
half a dozen with a Shermanator, the American Pie character. He kicks number 6.
Wow. They've had a feast today. Absolute feast. They're feasting on everything that comes in.
Yep.
Long, short, deep, shallow, anything. On the ground, in the air. They are just doing it all.
Doesn't matter.
No, they're forwards.
St Mary's 18-8, 116. That moves them on to Bell Park 5-5-35. That's on the K-Rock Harvey Norman Electrical 4th quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. Getting them down there. So we're back in the middle. Minchin again. Blood was nearly being held onto by Wareham, who gets the handball out. We're still in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Garner was upended. Minchin comes flying through, pinged for holding the ball. Quick call.
Yeah, done by Jones.
Going the way of Mack, who goes short to the fellow blue boot wearer. Wareham. Hasn't been their worst. Zach Wareham.
He's tried.
He's about to be caught by Williams. Dances through the tackle in front of us. Geez, that's nearly 50 against Copley, who dealt with Gorman after he took the mark. And
interesting to see umpire Jones is 50 metres here.
Short. Looks short to me.
Short again. He's really hasn't got those little legs expanding out to the full metre per step.
It looks a good, at least 5 metres short.
Oh, hang on. No, he's transferred it down to the other umpire. Oh, he's put him on an angle too. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's still within range for Gorman, who comes in 45-degree angle.
Didn't matter.
No worries.
Didn't matter.
Slots it. So that's Jackson Gorman's first of the afternoon, just his second for the season. And that's either Bell Park's 6th goal or their 5th. We're not sure. Charlie Sarcevic has either kicked 1 goal or 2. We're not sure. Bit of confusion, but we'll go with 6-5-41 for the time being. The Dragons. St Mary's 18-8, 116.
What I liked about that was umpire Jones wasn't confident that he could get to 50, so he said to the other umpire, you do the next 10 to 15 because I'm really unsure about it.
Yep. Don't mind it. Bit of delegation.
Absolutely.
Back in the middle. Getting dark here at Kenya Park as well. Lights are starting to take some effect as well. As Pearce goes to work at ground level for the Dragons. Connors, Travellini, Ham, caught on his wrong side, but still finds his left foot, goes to centre half forward. Benstead comes up, takes a good intercept mark. Real leader down there, Steve Benstead. Short to Tobin. Just at the back of the centre circles, Will Tobin wobbles one to Worm. Fisted away by Sam Burke. I've liked his game today, Kirsch. Been solid.
He has been solid. Look, they haven't had a great deal of inside 50s, but they're still averaging that 9 per quarter. And I think out of those 9, he's done something, every time the balls come in, mainly intercepting marking or defending well like he did then, and using the ball by foot extremely well, rebounding out of his defensive 50.
Minchin won it down. Went looking for Garner. Back inside 50, though, for the Dragons. Hughes did well, attacked it. McDonald, not a great handball, looking for Ham. Ball falls to Rayner in the long sleeves, gets his handball back to Ham, who gets a good 40 metres on this. Rudd used the body well against McGuinness, keeps it in play. Michael Rudd then swings onto his left boot to centre half forward. It should be all Bell Park at ground level. Although springing up was Johnston with strength, goes inside 50. Peck beaten to it by Boyer. Sherman's there, can he get 7? Was tackled off the ball. Play on the call, Peck. Johnston there queuing up. Travellini from point blank. Another for St Mary's. A 19th for St Mary's. And Jesse Travellini gets in on the fun. His first of the afternoon, inching his way forward.
Did have him for an anytime goal kicker, and he knew it too. That's why he snuck forward. But they've had the 2 inside forward 50s for 2 goals this quarter, Buzz. So if they go on their average, which is 17 a quarter, it's going to be a big quarter the way they're going.
Injury update. Thanks to St John of God. Mahadi is done with the ankle.
Is he really?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't help him. And Will Tobin's gone into the middle too. He started on a tagging role with Benson, and he's moved to Garner.
So back in the middle, Minchin gets it down. Garner, right foot kick to half forward. Ben Lloyd comes out, doesn't sit for him, or he gets pushed off the footy too, but Bell Park got the numbers, but then they wrapped up pretty quick. And some areas, as we said, coming up. And Mick Waters gets up, hands the ball back to umpire Brown. Point of the centre square at right half forward for St Mary's. Nihill from the ruck, tumbling punt towards centre half forward. Jansen takes the mark, switches the ball to McMahon at centre half back for St Mary's. He now chips the ball out towards Ham. Does it sit for him? Yes, it does. He comes back. He's got McMahon. He just goes with the left foot back into the middle. He's got 3 that can raffle it. Rayner's one of them. He takes the mark and kicks it out wide. Connors True centre wing on the outer side. Has the mark, just holds it up, called to play on now. Goes down the line, long kick, inside 50 again, over the head of Benstead. Peck comes at it, Williams at the front, Pearce as well for Bell Park. He gets pushed into the ground in the tackle, and we'll have a ball up just inside 50 for St Mary's.
On the attack again, the home side, nearing 10 minutes gone on the Barwon Foods time clock final term. Travellini, dangerous in these situations. Picks up now, handballs to Williams, who dances to a couple. Connors has got Garner on the outside, straightens up, lines up the goal. Pushed it to the near side. Move for a minor score, Jerry Garner, 2 goals, 1. His tally this afternoon.
Around the grounds, Jace Doherty for whoever we do it for.
Yes, for Leopold Sporties, your complete
Leopold
family venue.
Sports, absolutely, we love it there too.
We do.
Ammo 75, Torquay 73.
Oh, hello. Championship on the line. Oh, the kick into Pearce from there was no good. He goes to Travellini, who can make it 2 for the quarter. No, he's missed. And for 1 behind. And they've flicked the power off too for us, which is nice. So that's great.
Okay. Maybe that's their way of saying here's the white flag.
All right, that's good. Right, you just.
Are we still on air?
Yeah, you just. Yeah, we are.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll just go and make sure we've got a light on. Yeah.
Lloyd.
Birchie might just check to make sure that we're still on air. Just check the power switch, I think, Birchie.
Noise is in this van.
Yeah.
Pearce, in the meantime, goes to Mack, who then has an overlapping runner in Gorman.
And we're back on, Birchie.
Lights back on.
Burke again.
Gorman's kick wasn't great. And as Kirsch mentioned, Sam Burke with the mark and cross half back. Felt like he's chopped off every attacker that's come his way. Drives it. Gorman's got the sit at the back if he wanted it. Didn't. Copley through his legs. Now Patton inside 50. Flies wanted. Off the hands of Worm. Rayner was caught. Got his handball clear just in time. McMahon, and now Blood with some time and space goes short to Connors.
So Connors now at half back.
It's been solid all day too.
Always, yes. Chip, son of Chop, goes towards centre half forward. And Johnston tries to break the tackle. He got the handball away. Copley puts the tackle on then. I tell you what, he's been good today.
I haven't minded his game at all today,
at
Copley.
half forward.
Yeah.
Just defensive pressure coming
good.
up with the footy. And we're going to have a ball up in between wing and half forward. Just in the attacking side for St Mary's. Pirate Chaston throws the ball in the air. Minchin, hit out number 75 today. Gets it down. Maris for Bell Park. He gets tackled by Connors and also Blood.
I'd actually like to see City House to advantage today.
Oh, yeah, they
because
did.
the clearances have been so high, and some of his work to get it to the outside has been tremendous.
So ball up again at half forward for St Mary's. Pearce for Bell Park. Handball just to the call of Patton. He gets it across half back to Mick Waters. Got a bit of time and space. Measures it nicely to Wilson Mack, the R&B band.
Yes.
And he gets it on centre wing.
He does. Plays on. Just a high up and under ball, asking a lot. The fist came down, well done by Jansen to ground level. Got the numbers on the outside. McDonald. Chipping ball is pretty good. Finds Maishman. He's at half back. Joe Maishman. Not at his prolific best this afternoon, but hasn't been their worst. Joey Maishman hugs the boundary.
Give him a wrap.
That's not his best. Out on the full. Over on the netball court side. Just 13 minutes about to tick by on the Barwon Foods time clock. Short ball at half back is neat enough to Maris, who goes short and finds Benstead.
So Benstead just outside defensive 50. Thought about the handball back to Maris. Tried to suck in Rudd on the mark. Didn't happen. So now Gorman for Bell Park. Called to play on. Goes down the line towards centre wing. No mark taken by James Worm. Lloyd Worm. A couple of Bell Park players come in there. Jones was one. And also McDonald for St Mary's. And the ball is held up. 19-10, 124 St Mary's. Bell Park 6-5, 41, 13.5 play in this final term. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Peck with the handball out of a stoppage. Has Ham just breezing by. As is Blood, who takes a liberty of a bounce. And then drives it as deep as he can. Inside 50. Boyer dropped the mark. Benstead butters up at ground level. Couldn't get his handball cleanly away. Rudd comes in. And we'll have a ball up pretty much directly in front of goal for St Mary's.
I tell you what, Goggles boy is not moving too well.
No, that was a big contest.
He's a bit sore at the back there.
Tossed up, Peck down, wriggling clear, blood on the turn. His snap at goal fades, and there is our man Goggles boy who takes the mark in front of the behind post.
He does.
Torquay up by 3.
Oh, hello. Goal for goal at Spring Creek. Now Goggles, high kick towards half back. Needs a mark. Everybody falls over.
Stayed in.
Connor's at the back. Gives it away to Jansen. He goes back to Benson. Off a step. And turns the ball over. Maris at half back for Bell Park. Takes the mark. Not much to go to. Forward of the footy because most of them have peeled back to help out. So now he's going to go. He's going to handball laterally close to the boundary line to Gorman to Maris through Williams' tackle. Short little kick. 30 possessions going 10 metres. Mick Waters has got it. Back end of centre wing on the outer side. Plays on now. Drives it long towards half forward. Oh, was that a hold? Should have been. Oh, free kick for a push or something. James Williams got it, and he'll take it at left half forward.
And those by 3.
Goal for goal. We should go down there for the last quarter.
Inside 50. Geez, that's a good mark at the back to Peck, who's floated back into defence. Just the one goal for Paul Peck's son this afternoon.
Gravedale was 7 against North Shore.
Peck drives out of his defensive line. Benstead with strength against Copley. Won it down. Worm was tackled. Over the top now. Lockie Patton on centre wing. Drives it. Peck got the sit again. Mark or the free kick. Take your pick. He's at right half back. Earns himself the free kick. Goes short to find Rayner.
So Rayner's got it. On the outer side, he just chips the ball backwards, and Jansen takes the mark. Called to play on now. He chips the ball back to Travellini. Still at half back, plays on now, and high kick into the middle.
Kick.
Peck goes up. Oh, got one high. Should get a free kick.
It's a risky kick, wasn't it, for Travellini? But
he knew he was floating back there, Lockie Peck.
And it worked.
It worked. He got a free kick, so he gets the ball back now. Right in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Called to play on, goes with a right foot kick long to half forward. Rudd goes out there, put his hands up, couldn't quite take the mark off hands and out of bounds, and this one is just sliding into, well, territory where we don't want to go because it's boring. That's what it is right now. It's boring. 19-10-1-24 St Mary's. They're well in front. Bell Park 6-5-41. 17 played, final term. And the time clock. Thanks to Barwon Food, sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donald Road, North Geelong. If you listen to Kingy, they have the freshest shucked oysters you can get.
Jeez, careful, Jace. Travellini. Shuck tackled by Maris. We'll have a ball up. The umpire takes his time to... Well, might be a bit of a scuffle, actually. I think the whistle had blown as the players sort themselves out near the boundary. Rudd lays the tackle. Sarcevic kicks hurriedly. They work it out of defence, Bell Park, but there's nothing
insufficient
ahead of the ball. Now, here we go. Here's Kirsch's chance to...
Yes! He's called it! He called it!
That's as excited as Kirsch has been all day.
Oh, the first time they've called it in GFL football for the season. Insufficient intent.
We need a sponsor, Kingy, for insufficient attempt. That'd make Kirsch happy. He can do the call sign as the kick hugs the boundary. Rudd.
5 metres out of trouble and he's been done for it.
Rudd plays on quickly after a strong kick inside 50, but Benstead with the sit takes the mark.
Plays on now, Benstead for Bell Park across defensive 50. Takes a bounce, goes along with the kick to Sarcevic, is out the back, so you got a bit of time and space, Jack. Wheels on that left, comes back inside now with the kick, inside 50, and it's okay. And Matt Jones takes the mark and will shoot the goal from 45 out. Slide angle.
Who said umpires can't be influenced?
Oh, gee whiz. The rule of the week from Kirsch. And he got it out. Oh, nice. That's very good. So Matt Jones, who hasn't troubled the scorers yet this afternoon, will have a set shot southern end of the ground for Bell Park. for their 7th of the afternoon. He comes in now, right foot kick, goal umpire moves well across to his right-hand side and through for one behind.
Fair to say, next goal wins at Spring Creek Reserve. There's 22 and a half minutes gone. Torquay 80, Geelong Amateur 82.
Oh. Well, it's 6:42 here, Bell Park, St Mary's 19-10-1-24. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock scoreboard.
Is it though?
Rayner plays on quickly. Copley's hands were so quick it was nearly a throw to Benson. Sherman, the 6-goal hero. Benson over the top now to Blood, the two star midfielders. Short ball to Peck. Hugs the boundary. I'm trying to commentate one game, Kirsch. I can't look at another. Inside 50. Benstead with another intercept mark.
Mark in front of goal for Geelong Amateur.
Ball comes out. You two watch that. I'll do this. Over the top, Dawson for Bell Park. Gets it to Jack Sarcevic. Inside 50. It's a one-on-one. Jansen in front. Takes the mark. And chips the ball to Benson at centre-half back. He's over the top to Blood, who takes the mark. Good finger tipper as well from Jack Blood, the skipper. He goes out wide. It's a good kick. And short little kick from Maishman. Goes to Sherman. Right half forward for St Mary's. Chip around the corner. Travellini, 55 from goal, takes the mark right on the boundary. He goes to the Paul Peck pocket, goes in there, and Harry McMahon's taken the mark. But I reckon he's in the front seat of Paul Peck's car. Is that far? Is that wide? Oh my God, they paid it. And he's taken the mark. So that is, he must have been tippy-toeing along the boundary line. It did. He was nearly in the toilet block over there. He was that far out. And Kirsch is actually not commentating on that game anymore. We've lost him. He's senior assistant at Geelong Avenue at the moment. Harry McMahon kicks it across the face of goal. Oh, is that a mark? Oh, off hands and through for one behind to St Mary's. So they go to 19-11-125. They lead. Bell Park 6-6-42. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best price in Bluetooth speakers.
It's good to see a close game.
We should go to one.
To bring it in for the Dragons, this one really peters out. 29 minutes have gone by on the Bowen Foods time clock. Lloyd to half back. Strong fist by Blood, who's got better as the afternoon's gone on. Be tossed in front of the netball courts here at Cardinia Park. 19-11 for St Mary's. When they get going, they can score as freely as anyone in the GFNL. One down by Worm. That's James. Naishman couldn't gather cleanly. Benson, don't know where he came from, but picked up cleanly. Connors, a sweeping handball, well done by McDonald. Just burst clear, showed a clean pair of heels inside 50. He goes juggling, 1, 2, 3. Rudd couldn't complete the mark, looking for goal number 5. Gorman spitting out of trouble, running themselves into trouble here, Bell Park, but there's a free kick for a high tackle and going the way of Fraser Maris at half-back.
So Maris for Bell Park, chips the ball back to Benstead. He goes long to Sarcevic, and it's okay too. Charlie takes it, comes back inboard to Dawson. He goes wide, just sets the ball up and dangerously. Maishman comes the other way. Handball, I look at Copley. He was in there fighting hard for it with Johnson as well. They get it out. Maishman, 60 from goal, chips the ball to Sherman, who goes up, can't take the mark. And off the back of the pack, Bell Park might be able to break through. They can't because it's a good tackle. And you know you're going okay when Nick Minchin puts a tackle on the ruckman. That's what he needs to do, and that's what he did then.
It's been good today.
Give us a score update, Kirsch.
82, 80, 83, 80. Geelong Amateur missed a goal in front.
Ooh.
Out of the stoppage, Bell Park only as far as McMahon, who couldn't quite gather cleanly. Dawson skews one off the side of the boot. Clean bowls Garner. Allows Wareham to sweep through right in front of us. Best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Good ball from Wareham. Finds Worm to the Ben variety. He chips short back to Wareham. Still on this broadcast wing, pavilion side. Short ball is neat enough.
Is there any chance people at St Mary's could stop turning this off? That'd be great.
Would be nice. As Pearce drives it to the goal square. Good fist down by Hughes. And the ball out of play in the left forward pocket for Bell Park.
Siren about to go at Spring Creek Reserve, and Torquay have a mark 40 metres out, directly in front.
Don't want to show their head too early, Kirsch.
It's around the grounds thanks to Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. Out of the stoppage, Garner. They work it out, McDonald, this way and that. Good kick to the advantage of Williams, who couldn't complete the mark, but a lovely tackle on Gorman and wins a free kick.
So Williams on centre wing, great second effort from him, handballs it, running past McMahon, goes with a right foot kick, inside 50, at the Benstead, read it the better. Yeah,
he's taken a few of those, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Hasn't been their worst player by a long shot. Goes to the outer side with the kick. It's good for distance. They get it over the top Bell Park. Oh, they've turned it over though. Connor's coming the other way. Handballs it to Rudd. He goes with a short kick to Sherman.
He's not passing this, Jason.
Yes, he is. He's no, he's going to kick a goal. No, he's not. His kick was partly smothered. Comes back, and they're just toying with him now. St Mary's short little kick. Minchin having a run forward. McInnes behind the ball. He chips the ball out, and Pearce at half back for Bell Park.
He goes short. Jeez, gives it a lot of air.
Did he think Wilson Mack was on the ground then?
Potentially.
He might have too, actually, because he did look to kick it to
looked a bit further.
Yeah.
Score.
Missed Matt Jones by a long way.
83-81, ball throwing on the
how long's the quarter?
Boundary.
28 minutes.
Oh.
Throwing right on the point.
It's Spring Creek. As this one's tossed in Anthony Costa Oval, right in front of us. Lights are back on, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah, it's good.
Pearce going to work at ground level, finds a way through. Kicks to centre half forward and Worm. Burke attacked it. Evades Ling. Ball in the middle of the ground. Jansen, I've liked his game off half back. Gallops clear. Handballs over the top. Damien McMahon inside 50. Went looking for his man, couldn't find it. Now is that Sherman who Garner goes the snap. Oh, that is a fantastic goal. An Inspirations Paint goal the day contender to Jared Garner.
I think it's Maishman actually.
Maishman.
Yeah, it was Maishman.
Nice.
Yep.
That was a lovely left foot finish, non-preferred side. And party time for the Saints. 20 goals, 11, 131. Bell Park 6-6-42.
Another mark. 40 metres out, directly in front.
Okay.
Yep.
They're going to miss two in a row, I wouldn't have thought.
They are peppering.
Grovedale 8 points up on North Shore at Windsor Park. Around the grounds thanks to Leopold Sporties this afternoon.
29.5 gone here, Jace, at Spring Creek Reserve.
Wow, long quarter. Hey, where's 26.5 gone here at Anthony Costa Oval. Back in the middle, Peck up against Worm.
Missed.
Also Travellini missed. Now the ball, Jansen from half back to half forward. Sherman with the city goes. Oh, Maishman it was, went up indiscriminately. Falls to Johnston. And he gets a kick away. It's out of bounds on the full. And just peppering now, St Mary's just going from wherever. Lights on too at Anthony Costa here this afternoon as well. And ball back in for Charlie Sarcevic, who takes the mark at half back. Got Max Short, he goes further to centre wing. Wareham with the sit. Garner got a hand to it.
They won.
Wilson Mack, he dropped the footy in the tackle. Burke comes back now. McDonald breaks free, went left, went right. There's the siren. That's it. We're done here at St Mary's. And comprehensive from the Saints. 20-11, 131. They have defeated Bell Park 6-6-42 with Zach Sherman, the star of the show, with 6 goals. Harry McMahon with 4 and Michael Rudd with 4 as well. So a comprehensive victory by 89 points by the home side, and that will keep them going with second place with St Joey's on top. We're in the 5th quarter thanks to the Sandman Mattress Factory. Sleep better with the Sandman's locally made 2-sided mattresses made to outlast any other. And Birchie's going to head out and get somebody from the St Mary's Footy Club after their big victory this afternoon by 89 points. And Zach Sherman, as we said, 6 goals leading the way. Harry McMahon, Michael Rudd, 4 each for St Mary's side that kicked 6, 5, 5 and only 3 in the last quarter. There was a bit more of a effort from Bell Park in that final term, but in the end, comprehensive victory from St Mary's. Both sides just going through, congratulating each other, and there was we see Mitch Mahardy, who's going to be a bit of a talking point for Bell Park. Unfortunately, he was pretty good down back, but came off in the last quarter with an ankle injury, and you see it's pretty well iced up here as well this afternoon. Birchie just hanging around, I think, trying to get... Well, it must be Harry Benson, because he's the only one standing anywhere near her that's a St Mary's player, and I think he's running away. No, he's going to come and have a chat to Birchie. Down to you, Birchie.
Harry, a really convincing win there, but it really started in that first quarter. Your midfield unit just works so well together and really, put on those blocks and get it done so that you can get your hands on the footy. Yeah, it was definitely a focus to start the game. We wanted to hunt the footy and hunt the opposition. They're a quality side and they've got some great players inside, so we definitely wanted to start it strong, putting some defensive pressure on and kind of pushing the ball in the forward half and kind of locking it in there. And really important win today. It's a pretty big statement, second versus third. And
doing the heavy lifting in the stoppage, and a quick snap around the body from 35. That's not easy to control.
As parents, naturally we want our kids to grow up being able to think for themselves. Sports betting advertising makes winning look easy. Question why betting companies are making millions, even billions every year. Make sure your kids understand who really wins. Have the conversation today. Head to lovethegame.vic.gov.au.
Kids absorb sports betting ads from a young age, making them think that sports betting is normal. It's up to us as parents, coaches and clubs to let our kids know that sports and gambling don't have to go together. For tips on how to start the conversation, visit our website.